Hello, and welcome to Jason Cabinet Experience. Our guest today, once again, is Shonta Riles. Shonta, really, thanks for being here.
You're welcome. Thank you for inviting me here again, man. It's been a pleasure. This is the second time around. Hopefully, this one will be a lot better, I guess.
Yeah, so quick story. This had never happened before. So in the last podcast, great conversation, talking like 2.5 hours. And somehow nothing got picked up right. Like, because when I record these, I use like Adobe Audition, Zoom, and I use this backup thing right. It didn't pick up on anything right. Like, even the microphones are off, which they weren't, even though our voice has been picked up somewhere, right?
Yeah.
So I haven't, like, I got to investigate, have someone like a expert figure out what this happened. Like, it's like, it was nowhere. Like, but luckily for me, he did agree to come back. We did have a great conversation.
Yeah, definitely. I really appreciate being here. I really like having conversations and talking to folks. What's wrong with that? You know what I mean? Um, but yeah, I'm glad that we figured out. Hopefully, we figured out everything, right?
Yeah.
And I think that was God that was like, we got to have him come back one more time. The information was just so grand and wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah. So tell us, you used to have your own podcast back in the day, right?
Yes.
Tell us about that and how that worked out for you.
Oh man, back in the day, I started running 2014. I can't believe it was that long ago with my good friend Carson Weathersby, but he passed away about 5 years ago, 3 or 4 years, yeah, 5 years ago. Um, man, we started. It's called Deprogram Talk Radio Show, and it was more or less thinking outside of the box. You know what I mean? And not following along the lines of what's been traditionally you've learned. That's all. That's what I think.
And how long did you do the podcast?
God, we did it for 2 years. We did almost 100 episodes. We're doing, I think the reason we didn't make it as much is because I didn't know how to market it at that time. There's no really
And you did 100 episodes.
Yeah, we did about 100
So
episodes.
nowadays in podcasts and stuff, they'll tell you have to at least 100 episodes, and then go from that. So maybe you've done 50 more.
And maybe 50 more. I was just trying to figure out how do I market it and post it and like make something happen from what we have. Like if like now get a podcast, I can put it on Twitter, I can put it on Facebook, I can put it on Instagram. I got all these platforms. Back then it was just Instagram, Facebook, and nothing really outside of that I was really trying to push the podcast towards. We did get a lot of people that like to listen. You know what I mean?
And you do like once a week.
Yes, we did it once a week. Every Sunday we would do it. Have guests. We have different type of guests: nutritionists, ghost hunters, escorts. We had it all, man. We had a whole gambit of people that we would talk to and get their perspective of life.
And what made you stop it?
But I think it needed to change. And then also I didn't know how to really market it at that time.
Explain.
No.
Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah. So the sound's playing. So
that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
So how was a ghost person? How'd that come from?
Oh my God, Lord. So they were telling us all these stories about like paranormal activity. I think it's specific. I don't want to quote the name wrong, but they were telling us about all this paranormal stuff that's happening, and like they go to these different haunted places out here in Washington State, and then they told me about a place in I think it's Port Townsend, haunted house, one of the most haunted houses throughout the country. And they said they went there, and it's like, yeah, next time we go, you can come with us. And in my mind, I was like, nah, that seemed like some kind of scary Scooby Doo scenario. You get caught out there, it's like you're walking in the old basement corridor, and then you're like, hey, you behind me, and then they're gone. Yeah. And you're saying, no, I'm good. I don't want to go chasing down those spirits, but you know what I mean. But it was a fun time. It was very interesting to learn about that, man.
Nice. And then, so you stopped doing that.
Mm-hmm.
And so the podcast, was it for your business at the time? That's a hobby, so to speak.
It was something that we thought we both like radio. My man Question was he was on AM radio. He was doing his midnight type of mixes and stuff like that. At in Lakewood, Washington, they have an AM radio station. And then we just decided, like, man, let's just do a podcast. That'd be dope to talk to different people and all that, because that's something that I always wanted to do. We just jumped in. He was getting people to interview, and hey, we'll do all the editing, good stuff, and get us little songs on it.
Like, people tell me all the time, how you get such great guests. Like, people want to talk about themselves, right?
Yes.
Like, people have something they want to sell. They want to put themselves out there. It's not like I'm like begging people to come on here, or like paying people like $20,000 to come on here, right? People like I have like a long list of people that want to come on here, right?
Yeah,
Which is fucking crazy to me, right?
it is. It's amazing that what people like to do. A lot of people like to talk. They like to talk about all this. I like being here. Hell,
Yeah.
it's fun. I do this for free. It's no problem. Just to express some of my opinions and tell some of my stories.
So what are some of the top things you do for fun or for hobbies?
Okay, right now, shit is work. But for the most part, like if I had to do like wondering time, I would say I do play games, but that would be more like sometimes on the weekend I spend more than like 4 or 5 hours. Then other times it's just trying to be with trying to pick up my son. My daughter's too old to be hanging out with her dad anymore, so that kind of sucks. But, no, for the most part, I try to hang out with my son.
And so something more personal, like so you're divorced, right?
Yeah.
And your kids are 12 and 17.
Yes.
And so how do you balance that, right? It has to be a challenge, like owning a business,
God.
dealing with the ex-wife, all the challenges with that,
Uh,
trying to be a dad to your kids. Like how do you balance all that? Or the question more like how do you not balance it? Just try to get in where you can.
shit, trying to balance it is very difficult. It's been shit very. It's always difficult because not only did you deal with my daughter being 17 and how she had to deal with the divorce and how that made it, not be as close and things like that with me. My son missing out time and things like that, not being able to be with him every day, that kind of sucks. Um, so I think the balance for me is just carving out time for them as best I can. Like I said, my daughter doesn't like to hang out no more. She's a teenager. She loves her friends. She's a social butterfly. I love that girl. And then my son is more or less, he's like, hey, dad, I'm playing with my friends. Well, yeah, let's go hang out. Let's go get something to eat. That's about it. And then, yeah, and then dealing my ex-wife and things like that. She doesn't really talk to me as much. You know what I mean? But she'd rather, we could communicate in the best way we know. She's got me on email for some reason. It sucks. Anyways, anyway.
And what school does your daughter go to?
Stadium.
Stadium? Okay.
High school,
That's a
yeah.
pretty good school, isn't it?
Yeah, that's one of the ones they shot that movie, 10 Things I Hate About You or something like
Yeah.
that, or something like that. Yeah. Yeah, a little dumb thing. She likes the school. There's one thing about my daughter is that when she wants something, she's going to be relentless. Even though we didn't live in the district at the time, she was like, I'm going to Stadium no matter what. Even if I go to another school, I'm going to go to Stadium the first day of school, Dad, and I'm going to go there. That's where I'm going.
Yeah.
All right.
That's good if she has an attitude like that, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It definitely is. It definitely
That's a good skill. It can be a bad skill too, though, like
it's hard for me to try to parent that,
so you're just gonna do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And then all she has to do is like you said you can't do that. You should like father like daughter, just follow your lead.
Yes.
Do what you want, do what I want.
My daughter is very smart in that area. She's like, Dad, what about you? You didn't do that. It's hard to do a rebuttal. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's hard.
Yeah. So do you see your kids having an advantage for you being an entrepreneur? They see that different lifestyle.
Yeah.
They see you can start your own business, make your own money versus a lot of people that don't have that mentor in their life, so to speak.
Yes, I think that you can build off that experience. Like I didn't have that experience when I was a kid. So most of my stuff was trial and error. But if I could tell my children, like, hey, this is some of the loopholes, this is something that can help you get out. Like when you run into a problem, and my dad has experienced in it, let me ask him. So I think it's very important, and they get a extra, a foot up in understanding if they want to go into business, they have somebody that they can look back that has the experience and can tell them, some good ideas and show them how to do, the different aspects of business and how to make changes and not do things.
And your daughter, she's a junior, senior?
Senior.
Mm-hmm. So I'm guessing the plans for her to go to college.
My daughter doesn't. She says she wants to. She doesn't. She wants to, but then she doesn't want to. She wants to.
So here's a question for you. Suppose your daughter comes to you and say, hey, Dad, I really want to go to college. I want to take a couple of years off, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go like me, my three friends. We're gonna move to San Antonio, Texas, and work some bullshit jobs, and it's like travel around, whatever. Or maybe she says, hey, Dad, I don't know how your business is doing, but I have this business idea. Can you loan me $25,000 or can I do a business? Like, we just talk process all
I would with the plans, think about it, and I know that. Yeah, I would risk it. I would risk it for my daughter, just and my son or whatever. You have a plan, and it's a good plan. It to at least cover your foundation because any business you start, it's not going to. It doesn't mean that it's going to be successful, but I think that if you're going to come right out of high school and you want to learn something like that, yo, take the lumps and bruises if that happens. But if you don't, you risk it and try it.
Because college is always going to be there. This boosting 9 to 5 jobs is always going to be there.
I have reserved for college, man. I think it's important if you're going there to be something. You know what I mean? Not just, hey, I'm getting it in this and that. You might as well try yourself in life. Try that life and not get yourself in debt. I've done that. You know what I mean? Like shit. When I went to college, when I turned 18, I didn't even tell my parents I dropped out of college.
Yeah.
I went 2 semesters. And I was like, it's not for me. Not that I say that it's not a viable and key in learning at a high level is not good. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that for me, the particular way that I learned, I didn't like it like that. I thought that there were some classes that I didn't need. I thought that it didn't really set me up to make money out in the real world in what I wanted to do. That's what I said. If you want to be, I don't know, a doctor, lawyer, accountant, if you go in a specific field, yes, do that. You know what I mean? But if you're just going there to like, yeah, I don't know what I want to do. I'm going to get it in history. I'm not going to teach in history. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to take it. Look, we get my master so I can teach it. Shit like that. Like,
what is the purpose of college like? Is it like help you get a job to help you think?
Yeah, of course.
Is like socializing, networking, like
socializing and networking, I think, because you can build some very good connections, from college and things like that, and some good just friendships. And then I do think it's a hustle, though. I do think that you can get hustled in college. Shit, it costs a lot of money, and it doesn't set you up. Most people don't work in the same field that they graduate.
I don't know no college since I left the Army in 2015.
Mm-hmm.
That was a lot of college students. I don't know any of them who got a job with a degree, like zero.
It's tough.
None of them.
But I know some that have a college degree and they look, their lives look good online,
No course online.
Yeah, everybody's lives look good online, right? It makes you sad. You look through it like, damn, man, their family's good, and their kids are doing this good stuff, and they're getting all these accolades, and then here you are, like, damn, where my accolades at? Why my life don't look like that, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. We definitely need a reset on college, I think, right? Because I think it's increased by 100,000% as far as cost since the 70s.
Yeah.
The job market has gone down. I don't know.
You almost got to create your own stuff. Like if you really want to have longevity, like there's nothing wrong with working for another company if that's what you choose. But if you are not content with it, and work for yourself.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a different thing, right? And then like if you want to be a doctor or a lawyer, or suppose you want to be get a master's in business from Harvard, you need to concentrate on your grades, right?
Mm-hmm.
But advice I give people, and our parents were not like this, is suppose Sally Mae has all A's in class, right?
Mm-hmm.
If she has an A, we'll say it's a history class, right? A in history, right? She should take it because she has to take it, right?
Yeah.
It's not a real degree. And if she studies hard and makes an A, she'll be guaranteed A, right?
Yeah.
But there were friends that, hey, we got a free flight hotel to go to Bourbon Street, New Orleans for the weekend, but we want to do this weekend. Can you come?
Mm.
Like, I would say, go. I mean, I would say go, right? Get the memory, right? Because even below the test off, you make an F, whatever, or D, whatever, you still pass, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But now, if you're trying to become a lawyer, now is it a medical exam to get the medical? Yeah, you can study.
But like they said, there's C student doctors.
C's get the degree. C's degrees. I think it kind of whatever there is in the world. Example, this might be a bad example. Like, suppose you're flying on like an airline, right? That pilot might have finished last in his class.
Yeah.
He still passed.
He still passed. You know. He's flying
someone has to be last.
So which way is up and which way's down?
I mean, no. Hopefully, the joke is like they'll probably be flying for Spirit or Frontier, right?
Oh my God, man! I have I tell you the experience I had with Spirit. Now, this is my first time I've ever flown in Spirit. It was coming back from Las Vegas, and I've never been that scared in my life. Except one. Well, yeah. The plane, like I was like, oh, they don't have any first class. It's like big seats. It's like the little bitty ones. Like I'm talking about, it's tight, man. I was like, I gotta get a big seat. I'm a big guy, so I get the big seat. But the big seat is just like it's nothing really special. There's no extra amenities for that. Everything you gotta pay for. But the plane was shaking like nobody's business, and it scared the hell out of me. Like flying down and up. And the guy that was sitting next to him, he was like, he said, "Yeah, this is my first and last time flying for Spirit. I'm done. I can't do it."
Yeah, I had a similar story. I was stationed in Fort Jackson, South Carolina,
Mhm.
and my former boss was getting promoted to full-board colonel.
Mhm.
So I went to go visit him, see it in Washington, D.C., right?
Yeah.
It was a Frontier Spirit, right? I had the same thing, like, I'll never fly this again. I remember, like, it was, like, so horrible, like matter of fact, I got round trip ticket on the we'll say a Spirit or I think a Spirit, one of those, like, I bought round trip tickets, right?
Yeah.
As soon as I landed, I just bought another ticket on, like, a regular airline, right?
Frontier, I've never had a bad experience on Frontier. I used to fly Frontier from Colorado Springs because I think they're based out of Denver. So
Yeah.
they've never been that bad. I like them in the top of the line. It made me feel like what Alaska feels like now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But Spirit, no, because Frontier bought Spirit.
Yeah.
So yeah, and Spirit is just not my cup of tea at all. At all. Couldn't
It's
do it.
like, yeah. Like, yeah.
Damn, but you got to change that though. You would think. I mean, you would think that if we got to change some of this customer service aspect of it in order for us to like really be a booming budget type of. Just because you're a budget airline, don't mean you need to cut on expense. Some of these customer service things. You know what I mean?
And then do you really have to charge $10, $29 for a cup of water?
Yeah, 10.29, or if your carry on, I think you get one carry on, or does it cost you for carry on?
Take it off carry on too.
Yeah, crazy man.
So
Yeah.
basically, you just want to fly. It's making it up. Crazy. You get a ticket like from here to Dallas for $29.
Yeah.
Oh, sir, you have clothes on. That's if you fly with clothes on, it's like $50.
That's gonna be a little more. Yeah. Shit. Hopefully you don't want to eat on that 4 hour flight. Because Lord, they're gonna charge you more money for that.
Internet. Oh man, that's $1,000.
Yeah, I mess with none of it. I mess with none of it. You just basically got to get on the plane with just your regular clothes and nothing else, and just like I'm going.
Now when I travel, I have like my backpack, I'll carry on. Like I don't check luggage no more.
Nah, it takes too long, man.
Yeah.
Shit, man. Going through security sucks.
Here's a hack for you. I started doing this a couple years ago. I feel I got this. So I got it from somebody, and I copied it. Where like when I travel somewhere, suppose I'm going for 7 days.
Mhm.
I don't pack any underwear or socks or anything.
Buy it all.
I buy it all there. Yeah.
Yep, that's what.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I like to do because I don't. What's the sense? You know what I mean? Like I
pack maybe one pair of jeans, couple of shorts. If I need some clothes, I'll buy it there. Like I have like boxes at so many people's houses. Right?
Yeah.
Here's Jason's box. Goes back to this shit. Right? Don't throw Jason's stuff away.
That's dope, man. Yeah, that's how I like to travel.
So, what's been some of your favorite travel locations?
To be honest with you right now, like the quickest place to get away from right now has just been Las Vegas. I usually when I go to Vegas, I don't go there to gamble. I usually just go there, jump in the car, rent a car, and then I drive around all the city, eat at the spots that local people would eat at. Just try to experience it like as a local. I'll even go deliver. I delivered what's that shit? God, what is the place they pick up the groceries? I can't even remember.
DoorDash?
No, not the other one. The other one. God, I just forgot it.
I know you're talking about though.
Here it is, right here. Let me stop bulljobbing. Here it is. It is. I don't even know the damn name of it. Hell, let me open it up. I gotta open that app up and everything. I don't remember what the hell is it called. Instacart.
Instacart, okay.
Yeah. Right. So I did it just so I could see it. I had an experience going into the different stores and out there, and I almost got robbed. So it's kind of different.
Yeah.
So I don't know the area, you know what I mean? Because you that's why people aren't taking these particular ones. So you just got to be really careful in that aspect. But it was a different experience though, to deliver out in Las Vegas, just to do it.
I think the first time in Vegas, I was in my 40s, late 40s. I've been like 5, 6 times. Like I'm a big fan of Fremont Street. I like Fremont Street, right?
Like the time,
yeah, just like it's like everything's pretty much free. There's places to drink, there's all this stuff going on, free bands and stuff,
The last time I've been there, I went by myself because I was just like, I needed a break. My parents, my kids, everybody said, you need a vacation. It's like, I can't leave work. And I went up there and I did experience, I ate the blackout, the blackout restaurant. You can't see anything. Yeah. That's kind of creepy in itself, but it was a good experience. Everything was vegan. So I like that. I just went to all kind of those little crazy little places that you wouldn't normally go.
About Vegas, every time you go, it's a different experience.
Yeah, it is.
Always
different, It's the capital of the world, right?
Always have a good time going.
I love it. I love it. I like it. I would love to have a second home there, just to visit, go see the shows, because
plus from Seattle, it's like a 2-hour flight, cheap. We're pretty cheap,
Yes.
Just fly there for a day, come back,
Plus, I want to go see Usher, but I want to see it with a lady. I can't go by myself and go see no Usher, man. Don't sit right with me. So, don't sit right.
Yeah, Vegas is a good city.
Yes, it is. I wonder how the experience would have been like seeing the Formula One. So I know it's going to be
Oh
cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 And I want to see the spear.
Oh, I left the day before they did the whole opening of
Yeah, I
that.
want to see that. Right.
Man, how is it? How is it in person?
I haven't seen it.
Oh yeah,
I want to go see it.
I want to see it. Hell bad. I heard they got an experience inside too.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
next time I get
I
out
know,
there, I'm
like
go.
YouTube did constant aside. It was like this off the wall, like all
Wow,
this like things that, like, yeah.
I don't know who came up with that. It's like, yo, let's just do a big giant spear with all these different videos. You can have these high graphics and all that.
I mean, can you imagine like waking in the morning, this big spirit, like seeing
Yeah,
crazy stuff going
I'm
on?
looking at you like that.
Yeah,
Craziness. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I still want to experience. I think I'm gonna get out there this next year. Go back out. Who knows? Hell, maybe I'll go next week. Who knows? Who knows what's in store for me?
yeah. Um, so you talk about your hobbies a little bit. You just do work.
Yeah, I don't really have any hobbies outside of that, man, because it's most of my capacity of like energy and all that goes into my business at this moment.
So what's your take on this work life balance thing?
Shit. I know this has got to be temporary. You know what I mean? Like I can't work this hard all the time. It's got to be an end goal. It has to be a plan to build towards having a normal, like, hey,
So I'll push back a little bit.
okay,
So suppose you meet your end goal.
okay,
I don't see you stopping. I think you meet end goal, you're gonna come up with another goal. Like suppose your end goal is I have like Notary Poppin stores as a franchise across
yeah,
the United States,
yeah,
and you're like something the market share, whatever your goal is,
yeah.
you're gonna be like, so you're gonna have another goal.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Whatever's set in front of me, yes, I know that I can't slow down. Like anything that I do, I just keep going and going. Like, of course, there's going to be another goal, but in my mind at this moment, the goal that I have is to spend more time with my family, be able to take them. If I'm able to travel around the world, hell, let my kids be able to come with me, let them experience that too. Let my family, like that's really what I wanted to take my family, experience those things when I was in Europe as a kid, so they can see all the old things that I used to do. That's all. That's all. That's all. That's it.
So this guy I follow on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of his name. I think it's Jimmy something. He's like an entrepreneur. Like gives different speeches or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And he said this a while ago, and like really hit me hard, right? So like the average American is like to 75 years old, right?
Yeah.
Suppose someone's like 55. Well, no, suppose someone's 65, right?
Yeah.
And they live in one person lives, the parent lives in Dallas, and they say the son lives in like Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah.
You would think, okay, my dad's gonna die in 10 years. I have 10 years with him, right?
Yeah.
That's not true, right?
No, you never know.
Because even if he lives to 75, 10 more years, what if you only see him 2 times a year?
Yeah.
You only have 20 times for them, right?
Yeah.
It's not 20 years, it's 20 times, right?
Yeah.
And I think when people like think like that, like time becomes more precious.
Yeah, time is very precious, man. And I start seeing that even in my parents. You know what I mean? I'm blessed just to, I'm 45 now, but I'm blessed to have my parents still, living and things like that. And you see that with age, you see them changing, you know what I mean? And you see they're not this, my father's not the go after and get it person anymore like he used to be. And that makes you sad, especially when you don't see them having, the financial freedom that they should have, you know what I mean? At that age. And you can see all the mistakes and things like that. You can say all the mistakes, but, you know, it just, you don't want them to stop dreaming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
I think the last one, anyone wants to see the parent. No one wants to see the parent like a nursing home that's like
yeah,
a rocking chair that's wasting away, so to speak.
yeah, you don't want that. You don't want that to happen to your parents, man. You want the best for them. It's just, I can only speak from a Black experience, and that's like most of the time when you pass down money, it's mostly passed up. You know what I mean? Like my dad didn't create a business. He's always worked for his life. I've always seen him with 2 jobs. He even worked when he was in the military. He's always had something going on. You know what I mean? It's always said he turned that little bit of whatever he had into something. So I think a lot of the work ethic just came from just to move through and don't quit. Just keep hustling through. Because if you can sit through, shit, my dad's got so many accolades about working 16-hour days, 7 days a week. That's what he does.
Yeah,
like it's crazy. People
like
love him. Yeah, but I see that you're gone from home all the time. It's different, man.
Yeah, like he's working those hours to provide you like a certain lifestyle that he's missing everything. Same thing with me. I grew up. I never see my kids. Like I missed my son's first 4 birthdays, this stuff,
Yeah, man.
But I mean, we had a typical middle class lifestyle because of the army, right?
Yeah.
We had to travel to Italy, Korea, different places,
Yeah.
But is it worth it, right? I mean, like,
fuck, but then what would your kids be? You know what I mean? If you decided not to do that, you know what I mean? Like, so So it's like a give and take. It's I would think just like the man, you got to realize that you can't be at home all the time, man.
Yeah.
You got to, especially if you're going to try to provide for your family, man. And it takes a lot. It takes a special person to still be with you. You know what I mean? And I think I'm a little bit, you know, that's where I'm at right now.
So you grew up a military brat?
Yeah, man. Military
What's some
kid.
places you grew up?
God, I've been to Fort Knox, Kentucky twice. Uh, Schweinfurt, Germany. Fort Hood.
All the pig farms at Frankfurt.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't
Nice
realize
smell.
I didn't realize that when I was that young. We used to do the ball bearing company. I don't want to say the name because the name is derogatory if you say it here in the United States. So, but at that time, they make the ball bearings and things like that. That was really big out there in Europe. It was a good experience when I was in Europe, just because I don't know. When back then, I used to try to help people take their groceries up in the high rises. So the military families lived in two different high rises that were right like on Kaiser Schlatter Street or some jazz like that. Two big high rises. I think they were like 18, 20 stories. The people would, go to the commissary and they come drive back, get out the cab, but they had all these bags of groceries. So we used to get $2 to help them carry the bags up. Yeah. Not bad. They're 6, 7 years old. Can't beat it, right? That's damn. Was trying to think. Yep.
You're an entrepreneur from an early age.
Yeah, man. So you know what I mean. But that was just to buy candy. You know what I mean. So this is the ice cream lady that was in Europe. So that experience in Europe was different because it felt like, I got to see the milkman and the vegetable man and the trucks come around and drive around and deliver vegetables and see all that. The ice cream lady is in a regular house to go get ice cream. It's just, so it was different. I got to experience their culture per se. We live right in the middle of it. It's crazy. It's different. It was different when I was a little kid. So yeah, I want to go back. I want to show my kids where I stayed at. I want to show them the places I went for school trips and things like that. Mm-hmm.
So what are some advantages or disadvantages of being a military brat?
I think the advantages are you get to work with a lot of different, you get to experience a lot of different cultures. You get to see a lot of different people's traditions, how they grow up. Disadvantages, I think, being able to trust long term. That's just for me. Like you realize it's harder to hold on relationships because every 3 years you're moving somewhere else, and you can be whoever you want to. After 3 years, I can be a new person. You know what I mean? Nobody knows all the shit I did here in this state. And so but it doesn't pan out when you become an adult. The relationships, I don't think that you hold on as tight. You know what I mean? You don't have long.
Plus, we're talking about pre-Facebook, right?
Yeah.
And so, like now, kids do it. They
Yeah.
connect on Facebook. My oldest daughter, Ashley, she keeps in touch with her friends from Germany, Italy. But it was a different story back in those days. When someone left, it was like that was it.
Yeah, that's it. I never seen none of these people ever again in life. You know what I mean? I can run past them right now, never know. But now you're right. Yeah, the kids now, they can find a friend anywhere. You can, we're gonna always be in touch. So, you missed that. That's the only bad part, I think, about being a military kid. And then just those issues with just meeting new people all the time.
Yeah, this one thing people don't talk about either. Like, of course, there's like people are talking about deployments, all that kind of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
But people don't like this. Like, I'll use myself for example, right? So, like, my 3 kids are active in sports, different things they did. Their grandmothers or aunts and uncles never saw any of that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
And same with me and my wife. We never seen our nieces and nephews anything and stuff, right? We never had Thanksgiving dinner family. Christmas dinner family is always like people don't talk about that, right? We of course we see them once in a blue moon. We go and travel, whatever. But like as far as like family stuff, it's like
you're different. You're disconnected. You're disconnected from your.
There's no big, because you can't afford. Like you're in Germany or Italy, you can't afford to go back and fly.
No. You miss out on all that. 3 years, I miss out on. I don't see cousins. I don't see grandmas.
Talk about that.
So you're not as close niche with your family. Like sometimes I feel sad about it. I feel kind of jealous of my cousins. They got to grow up around each other and they have a better bonding relationship. Yeah. Something that I can never do. You know what I mean? I wasn't, I'm a kid. You know what I mean? Then you become an adult. I'm not really, I'm not focused there anymore because I didn't grow up with that. It's only been a core of our family in the military. We've been dependent on that was the only thing that was solid. That was the only thing that was permanent. You get what I'm saying? Like when you move here, that's the only thing that stayed same. That foundation always stayed the same everywhere you move.
One thing that's crazy too, and you probably don't remember this if you're a kid, but like it's not like everyone in the military talk about like suppose you're like we're saying your career, right? and you traveled, we'll say to, Denver, Colorado, where your family's at, right?
Mhm.
And always one person will say, "Hey, Jason, I'm only 30 minutes away. Can you come drive and see me?" No,
Okay.
no, motherfucker. I flew 27,000 hours, 3 kids, like, no, get your fucking lazy ass in your car and drive over here. Right? I'm not driving 30 minutes. It's only 30 minutes. You drove all this way. No, no. That's one thing we refuse to do, right? We paid all this money, travel this way. You can drive 30 minutes to come where I'm at.
Yeah. I never really. I've always lived so far away from family. It's just never been like that hop and a skip. We've only go back to see family like when somebody dies.
Yeah.
Then I'll fly back and, oh, Sean, I ain't seen you in such and such. I remember when you this big. I remember this and that. And then, the next thing you know, after that's all over and the 2-3 days I didn't seen you, then back.
Now you're like, now I know why I didn't see you in 3 years.
It's not that bad.
Now I know why I haven't seen you in 3 years.
But there is like argument and resentment towards you know family in some aspect.
Dude, that happened when I was 8 years old. You still mad at me?
Yeah. Me, no.
I'm just an example. Like, damn, like, yeah, I stole your candy when I was 8 years old, right? Why are you so mad at this, right? Get a life.
Yeah, man. But people hold grudges, and I just think that life is too damn short to be being mad at somebody for years.
Yeah.
That's all. We know people don't say wrong things. We know people don't do the right things all the time. But shit, man, at the end of the day, if they ain't destroyed your life, then what words mean nothing. You know what I mean? In that aspect, but anyway.
So how do you take care of yourself?
I try to hit the gym, man. And I'm still big and all that, but it's hard when you work. I try to fit it in at night. And the night is kind of different. After working, being in for 12 hours, then, having like, let me just chill out, let my mind go, and then going to the gym. And it's hard to keep, it's like, it's like almost I want a partner to help me out, but that's mostly what I would do, man, is just to stay good. I try to sleep at least 5 hours a day, maybe 6, but it's just my natural clock, man. I can't sleep that long. Especially if there's stress or anything like that, it's even less. But most of the time, it's like 5-6 hours.
Yeah.
Try to sleep.
There's studies out there showing that if you sleep less than 8 hours a day, you're more prone to Alzheimer's and stuff like that.
Shit, who knows, man? Do you believe that though? Or is that individual? They say that shit, if you smoke cigarettes, you'll die. Burns, what's his name? George Burns smoked a cigar every day of his life until he turned 100. So,
I mean, what they say? The number one cause of death is being born.
Yeah, definitely, man. Shit, you don't know when your time gonna run out. I think that you're not hurting folks. Then shit, do.
We heard the story like George Burns. Like there's like that lady somewhere drink like a Dr. Pepper, 2 Dr. Peppers a day. She's like 97 or whatever.
Yeah, it's just
like, what does your doctor say? Oh, my doctor's been dead for 20 years.
Yeah, exactly. I live the doctor.
Genetics. I mean, it's all this stuff, right?
It's a whole bunch of stuff. But I guess you can't go do poison every day and think that, hey, I'm gonna be good to go. It's just, it is what it is.
That's true. And so you've been an entrepreneur some kind of way for 3 years, right? I mean, 3 decades.
Jesus Christ, yeah, man. I never really thought about it in that aspect. It's just
actually more than that. Since you're fucking hustling candy and shit, 6 years old.
Some candy and 30 years old. Man, at school I've done that. Some lollipops and like I've always figured out a way to make my life to get the money that I needed. I never, my parents always knew that. Like in 9th grade, I started buying my own school clothes. My mother wouldn't buy me. She wouldn't buy me no name brand shoes. I had some XJ9000s, Pro Wings.
You're like, Mom. So you want me to get bullied? Yeah. So, Mom, you want me to get Mom, so you're saying you don't love me no more. You want me to get beat up?
He used to tear me up in school for having them when I played basketball, marking up the gym. I was like, I never do this again. I'm gonna have to go get my own money, and that's what I do. And started buying groceries, selling products, clothes, whatever. I did a lot. So every day I had, I would have the good lunch. I eat pizza. I eat Pizza Hut pizza. I don't eat school lunch. You know what I mean?
Have you ever worked for anyone else?
Yeah, I have. I've worked for all my life. I've always worked for folks, man. It's just in between those times. I've always had a business. You know what I mean? I've worked for some major companies. I've worked for Walmart. I've worked for FedEx. I've worked for the county. I've worked for, God, a whole host of other things, man. I've done But I got to the point where I would use people the same way they're using me. Like if we had a temporary agency, I would tell a temporary, they give you the same time you take this job and they have like 30, 90 days to see if they like you. If I don't like the job, I'm like, hey, I need something else. Could you call me?
It goes away. People don't get that.
Yeah. And I would
It comes from companies don't get that. Oh, Jason just quit. No 2-week notice.
no.
Like, motherfucker, it's at will.
Yeah, I'm done. I'm done with it.
I'm done.
I've been fired. I've been fired for. I've worked for. Damn, what's the render center? I worked for render center. Can I say that? Yeah, I worked for render center. They fired me because I didn't come on a day off because they didn't have help. And I was like, damn, the dog had just died. This is no lie. He fired me for that, man. He's an arrogant manager.
Dude, it sounds like a problem.
Yeah.
You're a piss poor plane on your part.
Yeah, but and nobody was there, and I said I'd come in, and I was like, "No, I was too tired." But and you know what he did? He let me come in to work and try to clock in. He opened the door, unlocked the door, let me walk all the way in there and try to clock in. It was like I can't clock in.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. You ain't that right, man? People do you dirty, man. People do some dirty stuff to you. But anyways, I digress. But yeah, I've worked for a lot of different companies, and I've learned a lot from them. Just learning their systems, just looking at how they run things, how you can make them better.
So from your point of view, what makes someone a good entrepreneur? What kind of characteristics they need or values or whatever?
Shit, you can't. You got to be accountable for yourself. I say that in everything, like accountable, like everything that goes wrong, everything that you don't succeed. If you do succeed, is all on you. You have to be willing to do what you say. You know what I mean? Like if you say you're gonna do that, then do it. You know what I mean? And sometimes you got to do it for free. It's hard to do. Like you can't make money off of everything that you fucking do. Sometimes you just gotta. Your time is the most valuable part of it. That's what I've learned because when I chased after money, when I was building the business all the time, never really panned out as good as I wanted it to. But when I started to just really care about the system that I have and take care of the customer and just do everything seems to work out.
And on the flip side, what makes someone a bad entrepreneur?
Shit, not showing up for not doing the thing you say you're gonna do. Like shit, hey, you're supposed to be here at 12, and you're not. Oh, I'm sorry. We're not gonna do that. I'm gonna have to cancel on you. Like I've got a lot of my service from just doing my notary business, just because I follow up. You say we got an appointment, and you pay. I'm there. You know what I mean? We guarantee that. We guarantee that. Like So
to me, it's crazy. Maybe just me, but the number of people like make appointments with me are like they're like reach out to me some kind of way. Hey, I want to learn about cabinet HR. I want to about podcasts.
Yeah,
I just want to talk to you. Whatever. I send my calendar link, right? And they'll schedule the appointment, right?
Yeah,
they'll confirm it, and then they'll show up. And I say, hey, you missed an appointment. Does something happen? Want to reschedule? Like nothing.
Yeah,
I happen like 20% of the time. Like
people are scared. Like it's not hard to just say.
But my thing is like you made an appointment. You set everything up. You reach out to me, and then okay, it's 15 minutes of my day, but like you gotta at least stop 5 minutes beforehand, like do a little prep for who I mean with Billy Bob Johnson. Okay, me know a little about him.
Yeah,
it's just fucking annoying.
No, I know. Yeah, people cancel all the time, but I just think that people gotta stop being scared. If you don't want to do something, just say that. It's easy to. Most people will respect that. I don't respect that. You tell me exactly what you want. Hey, that's all right. You made a decision. I'm not gonna be mad at your decision. I'm just keep moving forward. Just say that. Just hey, I can't make it. I can't do this.
Here's one point for you. So we'll go. You've had the notary business like how many years?
Since 2016.
Okay, in that time, give a rough estimate of how many times you've been told yes and how many times you've been told no. Like what percentage? Like breaking down percentage.
All the time. No, shit, man. And people know. I got told no when I had to come on an appointment. I didn't even get paid. I'm sorry. I don't want to do it. So you just know in that aspect of business, you just ignore it. You know what I mean? You just keep pushing forward. I don't know how many times I've heard no. I've heard yes a lot. And I've also heard no. I've heard no on all kinds of stuff. Can't get this contract, can't get this signing, can't get this. Yeah. So shit, you just get used to it. You get used to it.
What's been your key like finding customers?
I think my key has been just being I think the service that we offer, or I offered, I just found that made it more convenient in some aspect. And then finding Google, man, to be honest with you, like really showing that I'm a reputable company by having being number one on Google. And you just don't get there by just, hey, you just open a website and all that good stuff. Although you can pay into the cash fund, but that too doesn't pan out all the time.
Yeah. So
I don't have no profound thing to say, no profound,
no, do these 3 things and you're bringing a $1 million to business every day.
shit, because so many different scenarios going into it, but there's always a foundation for it. Yeah, show up, do the work, you know what I mean, make a good service, make a good price for your time, what's valuable, and then shit should work out. Work in the community, don't give up on yourself. Shit, man, and then just like when people come in and give them a good experience. That's all it is. Like,
So many people don't get that right. So many people like don't do that right. Like they don't realize like this.
no,
You had to go. I think your product could suck. You could suck. But if you provide someone a good customer experience,
yeah,
they're going to give you a chance, right?
they're gonna love it. You know what I mean? Like, when you have the worst thing is it doesn't matter what the service is. It doesn't care if they have the most immaculate service, but they're like, you know what I mean, showing you attitude, not taking care of you or anything like that. Especially when you're trying to spend your money, like you're like, I'm never coming back here again.
Like how many times you go like a place of business,
A lot.
and you walk in there,
Mhm.
and there's someone at the front counter, right?
Yeah.
You waiting to say something, and
Yeah.
they after 10 minutes, 10 minutes, right? They're like, "Did you want something?" Like,
Yeah.
how am I supposed to know if you don't say anything?
Yeah, I've run into it where they treat you differently. Come on, man. I'm be real with you. Like, I've gone in a lot of places where they treat you a lot differently. They don't give you the same respect. That's what I don't like. And then I'll call. Well, I do call it out. My money spends the same.
Yeah.
What's going on? Why can't I get the same service? You said hi. You said this and that. And I don't try to bring it up all the time. And I know it seems like it's like putting a race thing in it, but a lot of people deal with you subconsciously in where their business is located. So if their business is located in a certain environment, everybody that looks like that, they treat that way.
Yeah.
Because they deal with nonsense a lot of times. So can't do that all the time because maybe the dude that's in front of you making more money than your whole damn business. Well, you never know that. So why you just don't treat everybody with respect?
Yeah.
It's very hard.
Here's one for you. So like, I'll put this right. Before I get some lamps. Like both, like there's a lot of these folks saying like from the demographic business, like black owned business, black owned business. What is right? And I think a lot of them, they're like, they provide such horrible customer service, right? They expect like some of them I'll use that, right?
Yeah.
Veteran owned business, and they're like, hey, I'm veteran owned business, come buy my stuff, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'll give it a try a couple of times, but after the third try, like, dude, what are you doing, right? Like, they make no chance to improve. Like, there's a restaurant. Oh man, I can't. It was like I think it was in Kent, right? It's veteran owned business. You go there, like we try to help, right? Go there, like take 10 minutes for anyone to notice you.
Yeah.
Another 10 minutes you get seated. Another 10 minutes for they come and get your water.
Yeah.
Fucking orange juice will water down.
That's the system.
And try 2 or 3 times, and like I can't do this no more. Right? And then the guys on Facebook, no one supports me. No one's doing this. Like like this. Like how do we fix that, right? Or is it like this? Or does those business need to go out of business? So the horrible business.
But I think that so when you run in some of those service businesses, people forget that you can't put your personality in what you think or what your stereotypes are about a person because you're not going to get that. You're not going to give everybody that right customer service that's coming in your door to spend your money. So when you don't hold the customer is what's paying everything in your business. They don't have any customers you on to go, hey, I'm not going to need people to support me or not. But if you got to take reviews, that's not you working on your product. You're not putting out the reviews. You're not reading any reviews. You're not looking to improve yourself. You're not looking at the people that you are hiring and how they're interacting with people. It's your product. It starts from the top. If you're the owner of this business, and you wonder why you're not making money and something's going wrong, you should know. You should know what's wrong with your business.
Yeah, I just think so many like we'll call like fill in the blank demographic. They just have this attitude like I'm whatever the demographic is. This community should support me no matter what.
Yeah.
Even my cooking sucks, my product sucks.
No,
they support me. No, it doesn't work like that.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It's just because I'm use your example. So I'm a black business, right? But when you come into my business, you don't see that. Although there's one that's not great, but when you come in there, the experience is better. It's clean, smells good. People greet you. Hey, what you need? You know what I mean? Like we get to it. Even if we're with someone, we're always acknowledging folks. We're always taking care of business. And how hard is that though? Because I know, like I said, you don't know who's coming into your store. You don't know if that person can do a review that knows got a whole bunch of following and they don't like your stuff. And it's gone because your system is set up not to help you. You know what I mean? Anyway.
Or worse, you give them back as a service. They have like 1 million followers on TikTok.
Yeah.
And they post a video of your place on TikTok.
Yeah.
They will go here again,
Yeah. Yeah, it's bad. You know what I mean? So
you never know who's going to walk in.
no.
Who they know, who they don't know.
Man, people try to start fights with you. People starting things to agitate you, and you got to move past that. I've had people try to demand stuff when we get set forth what we're supposed to do and things. But anyway, I don't want to get too much in those stories because man, it starts. It really gets me upset. Really gets me upset.
Yeah. So, is there such a thing as like a national organization for Notary Republic?
Yeah, National Notary Association, definitely. They're the one that every like mostly all title companies, most anybody that's dealing with notaries, they take their background checks. They have the good training. They take their signing agent certification. Is where you probably want to go if you're a notary. It's a very good place, very knowledgeable organization. Wish I was at top. I wish I could be there. You know what I mean? I wish they knew me. You know what I mean? But it just is what it is.
Is there like some kind of test you got to take if you're in the Notary Republic?
In Washington State, no. In some other states,
So there's like no like national law where you have to take a test, nothing. So it's not like like if you're an accountant or a lawyer, you got to.
No, I wish there was. There should be one. Because basically you can go sign up, spend your $100, you become a notary right now. You go stamp and notarize all that you want. You're required by law to know what is in those. You're required by law to know how to do a proper notarization. You know what I mean? And do it the proper way. Most people don't read any of that stuff. There's a book right online right now. They don't do it.
Can you notarize something if that's in like Spanish or language?
If you can read it, you got to take that risk as a notary. So if you can read it, you can. We usually use if it's all in Spanish, I'll use Google Lens. It'll transcribe all of it into English for you, so you can look at it and make sure that there's a notary information there for you. And you're like, all right, I can notarize that.
So what's the risk a notary takes by signing something that's like
definitely signing the wrong person, not understanding.
What happens to you as a notary? Like
I've never had that happen.
Like what happens?
If you get caught, if you could lose, let's say if you did it on some real estate signing paperwork, and you signed somebody's in their nickname, or you could you can be liable for that because you signed the wrong person, because if they go down to the county clerk or whatever, they can't get information on their property because their name is not correct. Or if you tell somebody, like if you're a signing agent, you tell somebody, hey, I think you got a great rate here. This is what you start doing that, you're breaking the law. You can, or are you saying you got a bad?
So you can't tell someone, hey, Grandma Jones, you're getting ripped off.
No, can't say it. I've seen it at first hand. I've seen it. It's like, Jesus, somebody is coming through. I used to do mortgages. So
you can't say, hey, Grandma Jones, interest rate 5%. This is 37%.
No. All you can do is be like, is this sure? Hey, are you sure this is what you're going to sign? I just said, hey, this is your interest rate. I said, this is your interest rate. This is your loan amount. This is how much you're going to have to pay if you have insurance and taxes. And this is how much is needed from you, or this is how much is coming back to you. That's it.
So you can't say my personal ethics doesn't allow me to.
No, you can't. You're third party out. You'll be liable for any commission. If you do say that, if they find out, they got record of you saying, hey, this is a bad effing loan. Why the fuck you doing it? Don't do that. Don't sign it. If I was you, don't sign it. And it'd be hard, man. It's hard, man. You see, because, just black folks, and I can only speak from my experience, and I see it a lot when it happens to black folks. A lot of black people, when they're dealing with, unless they've been really doing the homework and all that, end up having bad loans. And I see it. Hell, we used to do when we was doing mortgages. But it wasn't just black folks, it was everybody. But black folks usually aren't as educated on understanding all the paperwork, and they get put in these loans because, hey, it seems good. My payment's going down lower, but hell,
but you have 10 more years of payment.
Yeah, but then look at all the fees. Yo, this dude is getting $15,000. We can't. I don't know if you can do that now. Shit, I know when I was doing mortgages, you can get the front end and the back end, and you didn't have to disclose the type of interest rate you were getting to that. So you can automatically get an extra point, 2-3 points off. God damn.
So hopefully you remember this, but tell the story about when you went to this one place and they offered you some water.
Okay. All right. So I was doing a signing. it's like kind of rural area down in Olympia, off the beaten path. And so I went in there. The house is kind of dirty. She had a creepy son there still, and but that's besides the point. And she was like, she was ranting and raving about this well water. She's like, man, they got the best well water here. That's the only water I ever drink, and it tastes so crisp and fine. There's nothing in it. I was like, oh wow, that's one. She's like, you want to try it? I was like, damn it. All right, fine, no problem. I'll try it. You know, because she's talking about it, and I don't want to be rude. And she gave it to me. She gave me some of this well water in a dirty cup, like a dirty cup. I was like, damn. I'm looking at it. I'm like, oh.
So you can see the dirt in the cup.
I can see it. I was like, God, dog, man. And I'm not trying to be rude. So I was like, oh my God, this is good. I sit it down. She's like, what, you done with it? It's like, yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, I'm done with it. She just grabs my cup and just casually starts drinking. Like,
I wish I could see. I wish I could see the look in your face.
I was like, I can't believe she's just drinking. No, she just did not just
some random thing, and not like your son or daughter or family member, some random person.
Random lady, I'm doing a notary right now. I didn't know I was doing a signing.
Was this during COVID or pre-COVID?
Before COVID.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, it was even better story during COVID. But they happened during COVID. It's a better story.
Nobody, it tripped me out because I couldn't believe it. I was like, "Are you kidding?" But there's some weird stories doing signings, man. Weird.
So tell another story. Because you have some great stories.
God, man, I've had one where, I've had it where people have guns and shit while they be at the table. I've had one where the guy was being so irate. Like when I get in there, I showed him, like I do the breakdown of the closing disclosure. Like he's like, "What is this?" I was like, take a look at that. He's like, this is bullshit. He's like, this is bullshit. I can't believe they lied to me. They're trying to take $5,000. And he calls him and he is going ballistic. Motherfucking there, something is you motherfuckers, this scamming and this and that. And then and what he's doing, he goes like this. He said, pardon me. He said, don't be alarmed. This is a replica handgun. He pulled his big ass gun out. Like, I'm done. Like, it's got to be. I'm like, this motherfucker got a dirty, hairy gun. And I'm in my mind, I'm like, I got to get the fuck out of here. I got to get out of here. Like, I'm sitting like this. The door's right here. He's on that side. I'm like, holy shit, I got to get out of here, man.
As soon as he turns around, I'm going to go.
If this dude makes any intention of pulling up, yo, we're going to have to fight to the death in this bitch. You know what I mean? Because it's scary in that aspect. And then I still end up signing because I got paid a lot to do it. I've had one where the guy dressed like a woman at the door. It really surprised me. That was different. And I end up leaving that place because so I go to the door and then he opens the door. He has the eyelashes on and stuff. And I don't mind. I don't care. There's nothing that I have no judgment on it. I sit down at the table to do the signing. I go through, get the IDs, check the documents and all that. And then I start going through it because like while they're reading, I'm flipping through the pages like, I'm fast. I'm good at what I do. And then he stops. He's like, hold on. He said, we're going to wait for you. I'm like, what are we talking about? He's like, yeah, it's too loud. It's making it too this and that, whatever. I said, sir, I'm just doing my job. But all right. So I go, I do it like not even loud. Stops again. And we're gonna wait for you to get done. And if not, we're just gonna wait and just stop. I said, sir, we're not gonna do this no more. I said, I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to get somebody else to sign for you because you don't want anything to escalate when you're in somebody else's house, man. I've learned that. You don't know what people got guns. Everybody, your mama got a gun when you're in their house. You know what I mean? But you do learn some intimate details about people when you're sitting at their home. You learn so much from just sitting at a table and having them go through signing. You find the dynamic out of a family. You find out how they live. I see your whole life.
Yeah.
When I'm doing that, I know the
wall.
Yeah, I know everything. I've seen it, man. I've been into some people's homes. I've been in some very rich people's homes. I've been into surgeons' houses that's like, damn, this looks like a compound. I've seen how much he made a fucking month. It's crazy. I've seen how much. It's just I run into so many different types of people in different lifestyles. It's very unique. So you get to experience that. So you learn a lot. And most of the time, I did all this signing just to go through the fear of not just being, sitting back and not doing anything else with my life. You know what I mean? Like, I got injured, so that's what pushed me through it. I was like, I'm going to force myself through this and meet different people and, That's how I'm able to talk to folks.
So how does one become a notary public now?
Shit, right now you can go. I can sign up right now. Hell, all you need is $100. You know, $100. You do you pay the fees there, get you a bond, and you're on. It's your $10,000 bond, which run you about $60, and then I think it's 45 now to apply for your notary, and that's what a online endorsement, and then that's it. You ain't gotta. They say when you take that oath, you're supposed to be required to know the notary law, but if you don't, most people don't do it. Nothing required. If it's not required, nobody gonna do it. They just gonna keep doing bad notaries.
I think most people that think of notary public, they think something from 1890s, 1970s.
Yeah.
How has like notary public kept up in the modern age with all the tech advancements?
The COVID accelerated that remote notarization. Like I think Virginia, the Commonwealth of Virginia, was the first state in the nation, or was it? Yeah, Virginia, first state in the nation to be able to do remote notarizations online. And then it happened in Washington State in March 27th, 2020. And a week later, I had a online notary ready. I had to build that from scratch. Nobody else. I built it from scratch to have a little bitty platform. I just went through my old websites and saw it the other day, what the old website used to look like. I actually built that from scratch to make it work.
And so what's the future of notary publics? Is it still a thriving industry? Is it going to go away?
Notary's never going to go away. There's always going to have to be somebody to verify documents, man. Notary is what helps move money. You can't move no real estate transaction without no notary. Maybe you can do it with a lawyer and things like that, but a lawyer's not, it's out of my league. You know what I mean? But, for the notary public, yeah, signings are always there to move money. The online thing will probably even get better as it goes on, but I don't know if it'll be doing as complex as like power of attorneys and things of that, not at least in the short term. Long term, I think like really quick things like one or two notarizations, one or two people, real quick, simple. I think that's going to be the next online type of notaries.
And you have like partnerships, like different law firms that do notary stuff with you?
So what I do is, man, it's like, since we're number one, to come on, we get a lot of like traffic, and then I built up, our but I built up our reputation over the years, so I get a lot of repeat customers. I don't have like a lot of lawyer offices already have notaries inside, but like if they need a mobile notary or something like that, then they'll hire me out. You know what I mean? Like they'll call me up and have me go do some work. Like I need somebody, because then they're gonna have their paralegal that just works in the office go drive out to Timbuktu to go do a notary. So they'll pay somebody like us. But I'm in with the hospitals out here. So we're like the number one vendor in those hospitals, but I don't have any contracts or anything like that built with any firm.
Is there any difference in the legality of a mobile one and signing in person, or is it still the same thing?
No, the remote, and so the difference between the remote and in person, remote, they both still have the basic foundation would be you have to be in front of the person in order to do the notarization, right? So I gotta see you on video. On remote, it's audio video capabilities. I gotta see you on, and then in person, just in person. The only thing I think that's different more on the online portion is that when you do the notarization, it's only legal in the digital format. So you can't really notarize this document online and then take it out and then go try to notarize another person's signature in person. Like it's only legal in that particular setting. That document is only legal in that instance, that moment that you're doing the notarization. Whatever happens in that. So if you got two people signing and things like that, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Like, but it's the notarization on the remote is that it's only legal digitally. All right, so it's up to the receiving party to say, "Hey, we accept that."
Has this ever happened? Like, you notarize something, the person signed it, they come back 2 days later. I didn't mean to sign that.
I don't.
What happened to that? Can it be undone, or
it's it's theirs. The record is the record. Okay. You know what I mean? You can go back and fix it. You can we can do another notarization, or like if you don't turn in the document, it's like it never had a notarization, but the record's always going to be there.
Like, how do you charge? Like, is it based on number of papers in the document, or like how's that work?
It's like mobile is a lot different. Mobile, you can charge, whatever you would agree upon. Like we tell you up front what the cost is going to be. We build a travel fee into our price to go out there because we guarantee our notary to be like we're gonna show up. We'll give you your money back. That's how we are. That's our guarantee. We tell everybody on the phone. Yep, money back guarantee if we don't show up. Like because that's what you're paying for, somebody to show up and do what they're supposed to do.
What's the farthest you've gone from notary?
Shit, I've been, man. The farthest I've been is let's say Port Angeles.
Okay.
Yeah, Port Angeles, and I've been up in the mountains. I think I've been out the not Squamish, but God, what is it? Clay? No, not Clay. It's right before, right when you try to it's right before you, like you either go when you're going to what's the damn city in the mountains that is the Leavenworth. Like
Leavenworth.
it's a city before you get to Leavenworth. You got to turn in through the city. I forgot what the name of the city is.
Okay,
it's way out there.
And do you happen to know how many notary republics there are in the United States?
Shit, I don't know. It's got to be 100,000 or so. It's got to be that many.
You say Washington doesn't have a test. Do all the other states have tests too, or no?
Some of them do. California has one. Colorado has one. I think Texas has one. I think Florida might even have one. Yeah, man, Washington doesn't have one. I wish they did. Shit. Why not? Like people wouldn't be making these mistakes. You'll help out your like your real estate market, right? If everybody knows how to be on the same thing when you're recording these documents. And a lot of times, I think that's what was happening during COVID. You got all these new notaries coming in here doing signings, and they don't read the law. They're signing people in their wrong names. I bet probably was a big issue. I remember one of these title companies that I had to use had to go back through all their documents and redo some things because of that.
Is there a document you had notarized that you notarized for someone, and you thought to yourself, of course you couldn't say nothing, right? You thought to yourself, this doesn't need to be notarized. Like,
yeah, for the most part, if something doesn't really need to be notarized, let them know. Like this doesn't even need a notary. Like I can stamp it, but it's not doesn't have a notary act on. It's not going to be a legal notarization. If you have to take this to court, but most people know if they're going to take something to court, it's like no, you just need to have something notarized. All right, fine, we'll notarize it. You're not necessarily supposed to do it. It's like a gray area, but I don't know if it's a gray area. It's just, I think as long as you disclose what it is, like tell them like it's not a legal notarization. We always tell people if they want a notarization like that, it's not a legal notarization. You don't really need a notarization. It would only be up to you to decide.
What are some like most common documents people get notarized?
Most common is going to be like power of attorneys, trust. There's going to be we get a lot of vehicle loss affidavits through Washington State. We do those a lot. We probably like I don't know. Then we do apostille too, and they know it's down there at the state, at the Secretary of State. Hey, Shonta, how you doing?
And you like give repeat customers like kind of like 9 notaries, 10th one free, anything like that, or
because it's such the notary side is not very lucrative in the sense of like you got a big price point. You know what I mean? It's a very small price point. You have to sell it on the other services. The mobile's going to be more. The remote notarizations, they do cap out on some aspects, but yeah, the mobile notaries where you're going to make the most money at. But that's why we have a brick and mortar. It's easy if you ran it from home. If I ran the business from home, I wouldn't have to worry about all the overhead. So my situation is that now I got a brick and mortar, so I got to make money with the brick and mortar. If the notary's not bringing enough money, we're gonna have a correct service in there to compromise, at least I can't get that word missing, but you know what I mean, like to run alongside.
Is there like a time period in the year where like you get less business, so it's pretty even throughout the year?
For notaries, it's pretty cool. Every day we get somebody that needs a notary. Like there's thousands of notaries go, tens of thousands of notaries every day. It's just we want to try to grasp all of them to come in, and want into our pool. But for the most part, yeah, man, it's every day. There's not. It never seemed like it was like dead because of notaries, but every day it's a steady stream of people that come in.
And so, actually, this last time, but you see AI taking over notaries?
Man, I can see the AI doing in remote notarizations. Like I've had some ideas about it. When you ask me, I have thought about it a few times. I think like doing the checkup on the IDs and all that, be able to, check all the stuff on the ID and reference it back to whatever state or whatever it is to make sure that ID is good and valid and things like that. I think that's where AI is going to take off the most part, being able to verify folks a lot easier.
Here's something crazy. Like, can you imagine the future? Like, someone goes to Notary,
Yeah.
and Notary, and like a drone comes there.
Yeah.
They scan the eyeball. Oh yes, you're Jason Cabinets.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah, man. You know what? There could be something like that because I think there's a problem that happens a lot that we run into. This is like when we go to sometimes the people are living in these, retirement homes, they don't have IDs. Like, and they've been bedridden for so long, they can't go get one. State needs to have something like that where you can actually have somebody legally go in there, get them an ID and all that set up, get all their documents right there with them. And then, that would save a lot of people because what happens that some families, like their parents have been there so long, they don't have no ID and things like that, and they can't get this document notarized to pay their bills. And so you're like, damn, you got to have an ID, so you're gonna have to wait 3-4 weeks to get this, and then so
there's a good story for in the United States. People always have ID on them, right?
Yeah.
So I went to Vietnam with my friend Kevin and his wife, right, back in September 1st, 10th.
Uh-huh.
And first day there, we get a hotel room, and I have my passport, my ID card. Like, what are you doing? I need my passport. No, just leave the hotel room.
Mm-hmm.
No one in Vietnam has ID.
Yeah.
Like, no. So I'm in Vietnam, like all kind of random places by myself. Like, no ID, no passport. It's like no one has, like no, because you might get pickpocketed, right?
Yeah.
You know the name of the hotel. If something happens, just tell them the name of the hotel. Like no one carries it around. Like, and of course, the first I'm like, what the fuck am I doing, right? Because you're so ingrained in the States, like always have ID. And it's like no ID. Like you walk up to any random bar, don't ask for ID.
Like, you just go in and just say, hey, I'm just popping in. Don't matter what age you are, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Damn.
Yep.
And I guess it's a little bit different. I would love to go out to these to some other countries, man. I just haven't had a chance to do it, man.
Yeah. So what's the future plan for your company?
Shit, right now, the future plans is like I have to switch it over and add shipping and printing.
Are you doing that through UPS? Doing by yourself?
I'm going to be able to do UPS, FedEx, DHL, and the post office. I'm just fortunate that I'm able to get get this opportunity. It came in the nick of time because main business is like switching so fast for me. Before, like where I'm located at, there's nothing else that's there. All right. So we're the only like little store that will be able to take packages in like that because I don't know why they got rid of everything that's on the hilltop and downtown and on the north end. There's nothing else. Everything else is further away. But I wasn't able to get a UPS store or authorized shipper because I was 0.2 miles too close to.
Yeah, I remember you telling me that.
It sucked. Same with FedEx. They had a Walgreens on the corner. Didn't get no FedEx. And then I don't know. God had done put stuff in my life and made it work.
One thing you need to figure out how to get those Amazon lockers from outside into your building.
I mean, it's good. They don't even pay you for it. You know that?
I didn't know that.
No, they just it's a revenue. It's to drive customers in, and believe it or not, that one stays packed. You can't even. It's packed like nobody's business, and it's always busy. It's so busy sometimes that
why take the risk of having packages leave your house might get stolen? You just go to Amazon locker.
It's a new thing now. It's a new thing. I think even a lot of the companies are getting onto it, and I think that the opportunity that I'm going to be, getting exposed to, I think that's part of where I think the industry is going to go, especially if they're trying to compete against Amazon. You know what I mean? Especially in delivery side.
So the shipping business, that means you're going to be able to people able to go in there all place like 24/7 and
24/7. So what we'll do is we do are you speaking like more like mailboxes and things like that? Yeah, but not 24 hours. We'll be able to do it during business hours and things like that. We haven't set up for that. I don't know. We haven't set up correctly for that type of service yet. Just it takes a little bit more security in order to set up that type of service. But I see that you'll be able to drop off your packages really smoothly. There's 2 major hospitals there. Not everybody wants to drive all the way to Timbuktu real quick to drop off the packages when I can just drop something off literally 2 minutes away, a minute away. We're just at a perfect location. I just think that it didn't work out. I wish I would have did it 3 years ago.
And how are you gonna let people know about this new service?
Man, we're trying to advertise right now. We do stuff on Facebook, Instagram, and then I do. I got signs out, but that's not enough. I need to get out here and pass out some flyers. But I next door we have that restaurant, Southern Kitchen. I have them pass. I did their marketing on one of my little 4x7 inch cards, and I put my information on the back of that. And hey, if you just give them out, I did gave it to them for free. So.
And so you're gonna have all the new stuff you're doing. You're gonna have to hire some more people.
Yeah, man. It's just in the short term, it's very difficult at this moment because I had to make this transition really, really quickly. So it's I do need to hire some more people. Yes.
And so what type of people you're looking to hire? Like college students, part time,
Yeah,
full time? Like what are you trying to look for?
it's hard to replace my father. You know what I mean? Like that type of even though he doesn't know everything, and can't and not really computer savvy, but when people come in and talk to him and they experience that, they like that. People stay there for hours just talking to my dad and things like that. So to
He definitely has what's called a charismatic person.
yes, man, and so like taking that experience away kind of sucks. You know what I mean? Like it's like taking a heartbeat out of a company. But I think that I think it's got to be different ages. It's got to be and it's got to change out of the still keep the core foundational values for the company, but just moving into a different, personalities and people that really want to do something and help a creative
So
environment.
someone who's good at customer
Yeah,
facing stuff.
yeah, customer service stuff, able to do some admin stuff, and able to multitask. You know what I mean, really fast because I think that we're going to be really busy. I think.
And what do you have a process in mind yet? How you're gonna hire this person? Oh, you're gonna hire one person, two people?
I don't man, my hiring process. I used to have my sister hire folks, man. It's easier, and she would get the great people because that's her experience.
Yeah.
But me, I'm like, talk to you. Man, you sound good, man.
Yeah.
And sometimes that doesn't work because I'm not looking. It's harder for me to hire. That's why I would hire a company like you. Like, hey, hire all, do all this stuff. Yeah.
Okay. So what's your goal with all these businesses? Like increase revenue stream, increase something else? Or
Well, first, yes, create revenue stream. Then be able to open up other locations for it because I see an aspect for it, and then be able to make this notary thing, be able to be the brand that you call like when you think about notaries at any time. Like I see a vision for it, having these hubs, being able to dispatch out, having having notaries be able to be supported, getting their prints out, things like that. Being able to do all the stuff that you need to do, but do it in an efficient manner and smooth, and it doesn't feel like anything that's normal. It's just a great experience. That's what I
So I
think.
just had another idea. So Shonta has a space where he works at. He's trying to figure out what to do with it, right? I think they used to do CPR classes.
Yes.
So ideas we had were like maybe a photography studio, arts and crafts. I just had an idea. This might be the one right here.
Okay.
An internet cafe.
Yeah. For real.
Some kind of co-working space, an internet cafe. People,
Yes.
because like the junior high is right across the street.
Yeah. I think it could work. I think that any of that could work. It's just hell in the short term. You need some money to make those type of renovations, and then I got to think of, I got to have the security for it. It's a very good idea because that's something that, like when I said moving, like maybe having food or coffee or something there, having that experience because then it would open it up. I've seen the model before. I've seen that type of model where they had ice cream and coffee, and then they had all this other different stuff. So yeah.
And your place of work's in the Hilltop area.
Yeah. Yep.
And so, do you live in the same area? Or you live?
No, I live in the city, but I live in University Place.
Okay, that's right. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I used to live in Tacoma. I used to live right on the water.
So Hilltop, can you look up the history about that if you can? I know Hilltop's like kind of from honest, like kind of the four economic areas.
Yes.
It's like it's getting gentrified now, so to speak, right?
Yes.
It's doing a light rail.
Yes.
Like,
light rail change. Once the light rail there, it changes up. Once sound transit touches your part of your neighborhood, it's pretty much over for you if you think you're gonna afford to live there anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. Now the white hippie, Frappo Chico stuff comes in,
Yeah. So you just try to, you see what's happening. So you try to hold on as a business owner to keep sustainable and keep that same core foundation that's been in the community for a long time. Southern Kitchen, there's barbecue spots, there's the Fish House. Those are staple places that have been on the hilltop in that area for a long time. It's just that you start seeing like the core businesses get pushed out, especially on MLK. You don't see a lot of black business. There's like, I forgot my man's name. I know his name. That does the suits there. There's barbershops. There's like 2 barbershops over there in that area. There's a vegan food store. Like I don't know them all personal, but I've been in everyone's store. You know what I mean? I always go and try to show my face there. Plus, I do, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So back to your hiring person. What do you do in this situation, right? Because
Mm.
this happened to a friend of mine, right?
Okay.
So I'm gonna presume the person you hired has to be on site, right?
Yeah.
What if they say, I can only take the job if remote?
You could possibly do that. You could do a lot of admin stuff on that aspect if you have the system set up. And so that would be, I thought about that too. And then be able to answer the phones and be able to relay that, but you still would need to have somebody in the office because people are going to call. Yeah. You can do that. You can do that with just only a certain task.
Yeah.
And that's when I thought about like outsourcing it, maybe having like people handle all the customer service when they call in. But man, from my experience, I've like I get people from the Philippines, not saying anything wrong with it, but it's just that the communication barrier is a little different. You know what I mean? Like I might think, say a word that might mean something different to you. Your understanding of it is different. So, you're gonna make me upset because you're not answering me. Like, I don't care about that script, Oh, I'm helping you, sir. How are you doing? I'm sorry to hear that. I understand. No, you don't understand what I'm going through right now. I'm losing money because this is down. So how do you understand? You know what I mean? So it's different. And that's just one little scenario, but that's why I never chose to like outsource that to it. And then because it's good prices, don't get me wrong. The price is just right. You're like, damn, you can work them like this and all that. And the price is just right, but it's just what kind of customer
English,
service.
but it's not really English.
Yeah, it's not, and you can tell, and that turns people off. You know what I mean, off your business. And I'm not saying it's wrong. I just think that you have to, if you're going to outsource like that, you just got to find the niche where it's going to work, right? Where people are not going to mind, people not understanding completely what's being taught.
What's something about being a no republic that most people don't realize?
Oh, golly, that you just, I would say that you're responsible for a lot of things. Um, they play down being a notary, man. Everybody just, a notary is just a person just check your ID. That's all. That's all it is. That's it. It's that super simple. You don't have to read anything. You don't have to put any. You don't have to learn anything else. I think that's one of the things about being like people just think it's just signing. That's it.
So if someone comes to you and says, hey, I want to be a no republic.
Mm-hmm.
You tell them, okay, you don't want to do this, or like, or you tell them, hey, like, what do you tell them to do?
Tell them, great, all right, no problem. You just got to, anybody can become one. You know what I mean? They say, how is it? You didn't need any school. The first thing everybody asks me, like, how hard is it to become one? It's not. I tell you, it's not. You can $100. You can do it right now. All right, but most people don't want to be a regular notary. Most people want to be a signing agent, and to be a signing agent, you got to have a notary. And like most people, they want to make the money. Like it's not all glitz and glamour. That's a whole different industry. And you got to be really good at what you do, or be in the right system. General notarizations, I said, look, you got to learn about it. To be a good notary, you got to learn about being a good, to be. You got to learn the law. You got to learn all this stuff. To be a good signing agent, I think you got to be a good notary.
How do you take payments?
I take it through. I think we do. We use Square.
Square.
Yeah, I use the Square. Man, I've been with Square for a long time.
Someone Venmo you or Cash App you?
I think I can Cash App on Square. I don't do Venmo too much of those ones like that. But yeah, you can do Apple Pay, Google, Android Pay, take everything, in store and all that. Yeah, and even shit, I can take it off my phone now. They got it, got the NFT or NFC or whatever. Shit, you can tap cards, all that right from your phone. You don't need no scanner or anything.
What's your advice to someone who's like thinking about starting their own business?
In Phil, I say that it's going to be harder than whatever you think it is going to be. Just go ahead and 10 times that, and then just say that it's 10 times harder, but I'm gonna get to work. If you ever gonna get to your dreams, you got to work, man. You gotta know that it's going to be a tough road. It's going to be glamorous. It's going to be times where you like thinking, I thought it was bullshit. You know what I mean? It's going to be times where you like, damn, I don't want to do this shit no more. It's not worth it. You know what I mean? You can lose all your shit. But do you want the dream? Is that dream do you want it? Like, are you willing to pay whatever price it is for obtaining, success?
So why should someone become an entrepreneur?
Mm-hmm. Watching somebody become an entrepreneur?
No, why should someone become an entrepreneur?
Shit.
Why?
Let's think. shit, to be free, like to have your own time, to risk your life for a job, that for yourself, like put you in all kind of situations for money. You know what I mean? You can be a security guard, and you know what I mean, and get your head blown. You know what I mean? You can get just for like $12.50 an hour. You know, you can, you know, so I say if you want your own freedom, but with all that, it's going to be hard, man. It's not easy. And that's the problem. It's not glitz and glamour. It's fucking dragging your knuckles, missing out on your kids. It's fucking like not knowing if you're going to have enough. Like making the choice if you can't get paid before the people that work for you. It's making the choice of like, you got to try a new service even though you don't fucking want to do it. You got to change courses 1,000 fucking times if you need to. Like, it's not an easy journey. And I don't preach the easy journey because it ain't been easy. It's been fucking hard. But fuck, man, I don't think I'd do anything else, man. I can't go back to somebody else telling me, hey, you got to go do this for this. You know what I mean? Put your life on the line. See somebody get killed. See some, like, shit sucks, man. You know? So, but I think it's worth it, though. Like, at the end of the day, it's worth it. It's worth the time, the experience to get you through. Like, you remember when you fucking was having the worst time of your life. You remember when that service didn't work. You remember those things. That builds you up into the person that you are, the business person you're going to be when you are successful. That you don't bumps in the road or nothing.
So follow-up question. Mm-hmm. Why should someone not become an entrepreneur?
Shit, if you want to have it easy. Shit, if you just don't want to do nothing, you want somebody else to have your time, fucking do it. There's nothing wrong with it, but if you just want it easy and you just want, like, it's easier to work for somebody than it is to work for yourself because you're accountable for everything. You know what I mean? Like, when you go to work, you just show up, do what I basically do. You can half-ass it. They still gonna pay you that amount every hour. But when you're a business person, you half-ass that, you might not get that deal. Shit, you might not get that deadline done. You know what I mean? You half-ass, that customer might give you, you know, whatever. Destroy all that you built. So that's why, you know, I say if you don't want to do all that, you're not willing to fight for your dreams, then shit, you know, go ahead and work for somebody else. Not saying you can't get it through somebody else, but, you know.
So on a weekly or daily basis, like, how do you make sure you focus on things that are priority 1 or 2 versus priorities number 10,001?
What is affecting me right now? What needs to be changed? What needs to be changed for me to progress? So if meaning that I got to step into a different website and I got to build one, then I have to do that because I know that I need a system that needs to take place in order for me to keep my business open. So you got to make those choices. That takes precedence over everything. You got daily duties that need to be done for the business. Those need to be done. And, you know, if it has anything to dealing with how the customer is going to continuously come into and experience your business, then you got to make sure that those things are taken care of, right? And that's how I prioritize things. Like, you know, this needs to be taken care of immediately.
Suppose you have something on your list. Mm-hmm. Suppose your list is like 1 to 20, right?
Okay.
Usually you knock out 1 through 10 every day, right?
Yeah.
But the things on your list, from 11 to 20 have been there for 6 months.
Yeah.
Like, you take them off your list, you keep them on there. Like, you have enough for 6 months, obviously it's not important. So why keep it on there?
20, I think I push it depends on how if it's not affecting the bottom line right then, I think then it's a necessary thing to keep them back. For instance, like, I'll make videos for a training program. I got a whole bunch of videos, but I still have them stored away because I haven't gotten around to editing, or I haven't, like, that takes a lot of time. And then it's not necessarily immediate right now. But I think that, like, let's say when I do have the cloud, when I do put my whole training program with videos and all, I have it. Like, I have the videos. I'm talking the whole book I wrote. I'm talking all of the talking points and things like that.
So let's suppose someone's been in business, we'll say X amount of years, right?
Yeah.
And things aren't going well, right?
Mm-hmm.
They keep on losing money, whatever case it be. Is a time where someone should, like, stop?
Yeah, I guess, man. But shit, man, I don't think like that. I can't turn it off. I can't, like, the shit has to actually, they have to take it from my hands in order for me for shit to stop. Like I absolutely have to have nothing. There has to be no other option. And I don't think like that. I always think that there's a way to make it. Now, let's say if I was in basket weaving and shit, just I ain't making no sale, then of course I wouldn't do it. But if you're making sales on something, there's something that you miss. Maybe the system's not right. Maybe the marketing's not right. Maybe you don't have the right services that aren't right. Like there's ways to get around it, but that's just me. I don't quit, man. This is just part of who I am. I don't know how else to do it. I fucking go through all of it. I go through all of it. You know what I mean?
So what's something like when you first started your notary business?
Mm-hmm.
What's something that you was like, you were back there like, man, this is kicking my ass, right? I can't figure this out. But now you're like, how in the fuck did I have trouble with this? It's the simplest thing ever. But back then you like really just kicked your ass.
Doing the online notary. I had to build actually, how am I going to, like, nobody else is doing it. No, it's not really big. And we just now a week, like I remember it was the 27th, it was March 23rd, 2020, when they made it legal for us to do remote notarization in Washington State. And I had to build a system. I didn't know how to do one. So that was the hardest thing. And then when I finally did it, I was like, shit is simple.
Isn't it saying it took a worldwide pandemic to like bring like all this stuff up to date in the 21st century, right?
Yeah, man. It's a whole total reset, man. It's a reason for it. Reason for it. And I think, the notary was deemed essential during COVID, man. Shit, I did. Notary's doing work. We actually did, man. You know what I mean? And then when
COVID was bad, but COVID was good for a lot of people.
Yeah, man, it definitely was. You know what I mean? I couldn't complain about it. You know what I mean? Although it was scary. Shit, I was doing that, man, going in people's homes you don't even know.
Yeah.
Like in every person that's in there's a risk. Oh God. And I went through thousands of people's homes. Craziness, man.
Did you ever catch COVID?
No, I didn't catch COVID until after the fact, like after 2023.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, how the hell I'm catching it now?
Yeah.
Fucked up. But but I'm glad I used to put on gloves and had the mask on and shit. We taking gloves off when we, you know what I mean? We don't even touch the paper. It was different. And then after a while, I just got fed up. I got tired. I was like,
yeah,
fuck it. If I'm gonna catch it, God, just it.
It's another version of the flu, you know.
Yeah. Shit, I had that H1N1 one time. And that was and that shit had me out 3 weeks, like every day headache. God, like sweat, night sweats. It was terrible.
Until COVID, like, like it hit so many people different. Like, I know one friend of mine, like 25, 26, super healthy person. He got COVID. He was done.
Yeah, man.
He was done like 3 weeks. It was like,
I had a cousin die from it.
And then I have an aunt. She got a 75.
Damn.
She didn't know she had it.
See?
She just had a regular medical test. Oh, you have COVID. Like, what?
You're like,
how would I have COVID? I feel super fine. I'm about to do this. No, lady. Like, we got a quarantine you, right? But it's like, this makes how it hits so many people different ways.
Yeah, it does. I told my friend, he was like, man, how'd you get past COVID? I said, man, I just stopped fearing. I said, fuck it.
No, how you, what other answer was, I stopped taking tests.
Yeah.
I haven't had COVID since I don't take the COVID test no more. If I got to take a COVID test, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, it was crazy. It's still out there right now. Man, we don't even,
It's still out there, yeah.
Yeah, still out there running rampant, and we have no idea. Maybe we got herd immunity, right? They said that's how, like, what was it, Sweden or someplace over there? They didn't even lock down. They just let it do immunity.
It was crazy. Like this, you would think that they would have like higher death rate.
Yeah.
It was like right over level with everyone else, right?
Yeah.
But according to stats, it didn't make a difference. You like quarantine, do whatever you did. It's like it just ran through the society at the same rate across the board.
They said it went up real high and then just leveled out, and then people get herd immunity. It was just like helped out. But
of course, you hear all the conspiracy theories. Like, what I heard someone say, as soon as Russia invaded Ukraine, COVID went away.
Yeah, man.
No one has COVID anymore,
No, man. God, war. That's how you see.
Or another one too, like I think Chris Rock said this one is comedy special. Like, how is it no one in WNBA had COVID? Like, no one in WNBA had COVID? Like, none of them. But players in NBA get all the time, but no WNBA player has it.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know how it is. I don't know how it works.
And then the COVID, like you up in the state of Washington, especially Seattle, like you walk somewhere with no mask on.
Yeah.
You fucking conservative scumbag, you're gonna kill us all, And then if you go to Texas, you have a mask on, you liberal scumbag.
No,
you're taking our freedom away.
You know what? Even during COVID, I have some people tell me, I don't wear that shit. Yeah. You don't have to wear it if you don't want to. It's government conspiracy. They've been doing this, like, all right, whatever. I still wear my gloves though. But after a while, like I said, man, you get tired of it and you just like, hey, I'm just putting it in God's hand.
Yeah.
That's it.
The mask, like where I put it, I'm not a doctor, but you have this mask. It's not a real mask, right? Just a cloth mask. You bought some online store. You breathe all your nasty air in there. You're eating the food in there. It's all that stuff's in the mask. How healthy is that?
Yes. My God, man.
Kind of nasty.
We had to do that. We're selling. Because we have there was a drug test place down. They were doing COVID tests and all that good stuff. But then when you to go to drug tests, you had to have a mask on because it's a medical facility. So they stopped providing them because so we would sell them at our location for $1. Man, I made so much money selling masks. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I got tired of people coming up asking us for it. I was like, I can't support it.
Yeah.
I got all these customers coming in here asking, hey, can I get a mask? And I can't afford to pay that. But when I start charging $1, made a little money off some masks.
Yep.
I was like, shit, we're doing good.
Yeah, here's one for you. What's your thought on this, right? So obviously COVID put a lot of companies out of business, many restaurants, right?
Yes. So
this is my theory. Tell me if you agree or disagree.
Okay.
I think a lot of these companies got put out of business would I run out of business anywhere, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're just probably hung on maybe 5-6 years, right? I think this COVID accelerated the process of going to business because, like, if you're a business, like you saw business like restaurants, they start delivering, right? Or they started delivering alcohol, right? Or the business like just stay the same, they run out of business, right?
Yes. And I think that's what the biggest thing with the restaurant industry. A lot of them were going out of business during COVID because they didn't transition into the new model. That was, you have to deliver. If you don't deliver, you're gonna go out of business. And when you don't know how to set up that system, and that learning curve was probably tearing a lot of folks up. You know what I mean? Because you can go to Uber or you can go to DoorDash, but hell, they getting 30%.
Yeah.
Whatever you do.
And you think you're a restaurant, you have poor customer service, you have good business coming in because the food is good, right?
Yeah.
But now, how do you convince those same people who are bad customer service to go to their house, right?
I don't know.
I just think it's accelerated a lot of people. I'll make this up. In my opinion, 90% of business went out of business during COVID went out of business anyway.
You think so?
I have no way to prove that.
Yeah.
I know scientific method,
I think in some aspects, I don't know if that quite high. I think a lot of the times is that whatever's weak in your business that's what COVID exposed all the weaknesses in your business. And if you can't see it as an owner and be able to like transition in that, making new services, which I've done that before. So, you know what I mean? We're a notary company doing CPR, but we had the best basic life support course every Saturday. Very convenient for you.
And I think some people just gave up too early, right? I know there's a famous chef in Seattle, had like 6 restaurants. I can't remember his name, but he just closed everything down, right? And laid off like hundreds of people, right? He didn't make an attempt. Like, dude, you're like a war famous chef.
Yeah.
You make money off hand over fist. You just don't fucking like quit and give up, like, and lay everyone off. What type of shit is this?
No, it's not. And imagine those are service workers. How are they gonna get jobs? Like one time, it's hard. It was tough. Like you couldn't be no security officer, none of these people were able to get out here and get no jobs, and you just sitting on there getting unemployment and things like that. And I think COVID has made a lot of people like very conscious of wanting to work for themselves and seeing that you can make money on yourself. But I thought like the new gig economy, I think it's a good thing, but it doesn't always pay like you think it is. Like if you don't understand the business aspect of it or have your correct system, knowing that if you're going to do an Uber, you got to have when I started doing Uber, I did Uber before, and I put 15,000 miles when I first started in 3 months. Now, I didn't have a hybrid. At that time, we weren't really pushing the hybrids. It was just like, get in the car, man, you can go and make this money. And
that wear and tear is no joke, right?
Yeah, it's not. It's real. You will tear a car up. But you need a hybrid. If you're not doing a hybrid, you already lost because the gas is going to tear you up. I'm spending so much money in gas. Like I have to fill up that same day. I'm going to have the gas out, man. You know what I mean? But it's continued for me. And it wasn't enough money. Like I had people staying out all night, sleeping. Like you have to do so much to make a lot of money, but the money was in like being in Uber bag or bigger vehicles. Shit, at that time, man, you can get it. All you have to do is have the down payment. 7% down payment. You can go get you a brand new Yukon Denali or a Suburban, just like brand new. And they pay it every week, man. That was good times at Uber when they was doing that. And they got away from it because that cost a lot of money, to run that. They were taking a lot of risk. But it got a lot of people in. So I think that if you can get to those aspects where you're actually chauffeur and things of that nature, you can make a lot of money. And then the people that own those, they're doing Uber X, they're making a lot of money. You know, you can make a living. I'm not saying you can, but it takes hard work. You know, with any of that stuff. And that's just, but it's a cycle. I think
And
now,
you get up customer service. Like I've been in Uber, like the dude was rude, whatever.
Mhm.
Other Ubers were like, here's a bottle of water, here's a Starburst,
yeah,
here's a phone charger,
yeah, man, those are the people making
had
money.
lived in, you new here, any advice I can give you,
Yeah,
just damn, dude. Not if I'm here for a while. What's your best place, right?
yeah.
Yeah, it definitely comes down to customer experience all the time, I think.
Yes, it is. It is, man. It's a very you gotta have that good customer experience, man. I don't like I think that when I was doing it was just I'm using it more of a networking tool. Man, I talk to everybody, all different types of businesses. That's what I liked it
Yeah.
for.
I met so many people that are riding Ubers, like people like I'm doing this side hustle to pay for college,
Yeah,
I'm doing this, I have a startup,
yeah,
or I'm a immigrant from Africa, I'm doing
yeah.
this, do whatever, yeah.
It's a good networking tool, but just few bad seeds messing up everybody. You know what I mean? That's yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. So I have one friend, she lives in Mexico.
Hmm.
She's like a gig worker.
Okay.
She actually has like 20 people she works for, right?
Okay.
But like she works for one person 5 hours a week doing graphic design, another person like 3 hours a week doing something right. So all of them she works like 3, 4 hours a week for.
Yeah.
So, but like, man, how's it confused? I have like 20 bosses, right? No, because they're on my schedule. I tell them when I work, and like as long as I produce.
She's running the schedule correctly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Using the skills to make some money.
She's BA for like 4 or 5 of them, yeah.
That's it.
And she's in Mexico, living on the beach.
Living a good life. You
Yeah.
can do everything remotely. It's nothing wrong with that, man. If you find the right person that can utilize your services like that, then you good to go, man. I see some that work. There's a lady I know that works out here in Tacoma, or she's out of Tacoma. She does it. I've seen a lot of them do it. The one that I use for my social media, she's out of where's she at? Somewhere over in Europe, but she does it, and it's cool.
Yeah. I can imagine like having like 20 bosses, like that'd be too much. I said that's too much for me.
But shit, our customer is your boss, right?
Yeah, I'm saying like yeah, that's true, but like having 20 different people, like how do you I want to see your calendar right.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's like 4 hours with John Bob, 2 hours here,
Yeah.
What if, John Bob, as far as like Monday,
Yeah.
1 to 5 on Monday, but he has an emergency on Wednesday, he calls you, but then you're working for someone else, right?
Yeah. Shit, it costs
But she's been doing it for a couple of years, and so
probably got it all. She probably already figured out the little kinks and got
yeah.
the people just right.
Probably has AI doing everything for her.
Yeah. Hey, AI is cool, man. You know what I mean? It can help you, but you still got to put it to work, even though you can get the answer quick. But shit, if you ain't putting it to work,
You still gotta execute. Like you can go chat GPT like I did a couple weeks ago.
uh,
I like, provide a plan for go to market for small business doing this, looking for they're bringing this much revenue, all this like details and stuff. Great detailed plan, but there's no, ChatGPT robot's gonna pop out and do it for me, right?
no, it's just going to give you the information. Hey, this is the information you would look for, what you were really trying to go after and look for a while. It's coming up.
Yeah, just sort of go back on.
Oh, there we go. Cool. And we're back in the business, folks. Yeah. Let's see. Where's the tighten it up here? Is this it?
Maybe like bring back something like this one.
All right. Perfect. I gotta get a little closer. Was trying to move. That's all right. We got it. All of a sudden, it just started moving wrong. What's going on? It's a ghost in here.
Yeah, but one thing about nowadays, there's so many ways to make money, right? Versus other years and stuff,
Yeah, but they say there's a whole bunch of ways to make money, but shit, sometimes you can't. When you need it, you be like, damn it, take some time. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
And sometimes you got to have like confidence out, right? Like, so do you, I think I told the story last time, but you know who Mr. Beast is?
Yes.
So I think I was telling the story last time where like he made his first YouTube video at 11 years old.
Damn.
And like, but he like deleted like the first 100 because he thought it was so horrible, not for man. And so he's making videos that make no money. His mother was a single parent at Fort Bragg, was in the military, right? And so Mr. Beast, I can't remember his real name, living in Fort Bragg, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Making C's and D's, no college not for me. He's trying to convince my mom, I don't go to college. Like, you're going to go to junior college. I'm going to pay for this junior college and you're going to pass, right? And so at that time, he went to class a couple of days, like, man, this shit fucking sucks, right? I can't do this, right? And so he's like, man, I gotta go he was already all in the YouTube video, but he was making money. So I had to go to YouTube video, right? So he stopped going to school, making videos like 18 hours a day.
Damn.
And it was him and his 3 friends, right? So that instead of making mistakes on, they learn from all 4 mistakes, right?
Yeah.
And so talk about like perfect time or whatever. So suppose like the Friday the grades are coming out, right? It was Monday, right? He's like, shit, my mom's gonna get the report card and not to go to class. What am I gonna do, right? Because she's literally gonna kill me, right?
Uh-huh.
Wednesday came, someone get paid him $20,000 to do the YouTube channel.
Wow.
And so he told his mom Thursday, hey mom, I ain't been to school, even nothing but zeros on my grade report. I got paid $20,000. I'm gonna get an apartment.
Wow.
To talk about like, like sometimes be like that, right? Like the last possible minute, like, man, like, can you imagine the anxiety that kid went through? Like 18 years old, 19, like, man, my mom's paying this money.
Yes.
I'm not going to school.
Yeah.
I might literally die on Friday.
Yeah, man.
And some random dude like, hey, here's 20,000 doing my YouTube channel. And now you walk like $500 million.
Yeah, he's
doing the
big
people working for him, right?
Man, he's created
At 23 years old.
A mega fucking business. You know what I mean? That's kind of dope off of YouTube and all these social media platforms, man. My son follows him. He knows him like Mr. Beast. Yeah, I gotta buy his candy. I gotta go do this and that. So
and like he did a thing where I watched him on. It's like, he like this the detail which like, this shade color for this thumbnail, this word, this font, release it this time, do all this kind of stuff, like it's very, very detailed,
Shit, it's hard, man. I put, he did what he had to do. He took care of business. That's all that man. He stood on business, right?
Yeah, he started more business, like the Mr. Beast burgers, all this other stuff he's doing.
Golly, I'll meet him one day, one of these days, man. Never know. Never know.
So if you're out there, your kid's on YouTube, or some new platform, you never know. I mean, not saying he's gonna be Mr. Beast, but
I know.
Can't say he's not gonna be Mr. Beast.
No, you can't. You can't knock him on anything. Shit, on the video games or anything. I used to be like, nah, my parents, he's on the games and all that. But now, shit, the kids can make some money playing
back
video
in the day.
games.
Hey, kid, go back outside play. Now it's like, hey, kids, come inside. Basically, you're good. If you're a kid, you're just like fucking around. And you're not really good. That's one thing. But if, like you're like, you're playing like World of Warcraft.
Yeah,
and you win it every single time.
Yeah.
Okay, you might have something here.
You might as well. I wanted to always start. I was like. I tell my son, if you can play some Call of Duty, man, we can get it together. We can hold a little team together. I help train you. We can, like
the esports thing is a big thing now, making millions of dollars,
yes, it is, man.
In sponsorship.
I would love that. It definitely is, man. I tell my son that all the time. He said, I'm gonna wait till I'm 13, Dad. You're making all this content. He plays games galore. He knows how to edit. He just does a lot of stuff. He's like me. He places down his talent, really does. He's very humble kid.
So here's one for you. Is your kid like the tutorial? So he's like the AR, VR stuff like that?
Yeah, he's big time.
I forgot to connect with this guy. So did I tell you about the pitch competition I did?
Yeah, you told me about a pitch competition.
Yeah, yes. So I did this pitch competition a couple of weeks ago with Black Muse. They're like AR. They teach kids AR, VR.
Yes.
And like there's 6 teams. There's one team that had coded a whole game of AR VR, like a whole brand new game. Like they did, like I asked questions like, how do you design it? They had good questions. Like your trials, and you like that design, you coded this stuff, like and it's like realistic. Like, oh shit, it's pretty badass.
Yeah.
The winner was this lady, I think her name was Lucia, 11 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't know how she does it, but she designed this like clothes in AR VR, takes that and makes like real physical clothes for that with a blueprint.
Wow.
And sells the clothes like the stores and stuff.
Yeah.
And then sells the AR VR clothes online, like metaverse place. And she's 11 years old and she coded all this shit. Like
yeah, man, it's crazy.
Like, what the fuck's going on, right? Like I don't know if I was trying to like put together Legos and stuff,
It's tough, man. Trying to even learn.
And like you're 11, I told her, and the mom has no clue what's going on. Right? I told her, I like this mom. Like your daughter can, if things are right, your daughter can pay for her own college.
Yeah.
And I'll take another step, which you might agree with. Goes right, she won't have to go to college.
No. After making all that, I guess you ask yourself, what do you need college for after you're making a certain amount of money?
Yeah, you own your own business. Yeah, like have you heard of this lady called Kyla's Lemonade?
No, I haven't heard. I think you told me that.
Yeah, she's like 13 years old. She started her company at 9 years old, right? At the Lemonade stand. Now she's like in Walmart, different grocery store at 13.
Now with these, like let's say these children that are able to do this, be successful like that, do you think that their parents had opportunities to be able to put them on? Like the same question you asked me earlier, do you think that those kids had
That I don't know. I don't know
opportunities
the
to.
background the parents are.
Mm,
That's a good question. Yeah.
mm, hmm.
Yeah.
That affects a lot of it. If you don't have access to it, you can't even create any of that stuff.
No. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, but college lemonade's all over the place, right?
I bet. I bet. I want to hear. I'm gonna go mess with it. I always thought
And
that.
she's from some random town in Arkansas,
Yeah.
and like she's from Seattle, or it's like some random small town in Arkansas, right? And now she's like college lemonade, like
That's good. I'm glad she's doing college lemonade. Even the name sounds good.
like 13 years old, and like she's like, she's on Instagram. She has a TikTok page. Yeah.
See,
On TikTok, I think she did a series where she showed how the lemonade's made, all this kind of stuff,
see, and when
Of
you,
course, how she's just a young black female, like she has a great personality, great smile, real personable.
like that. I like that. Man, shit, I'm gonna have to tell my son about it. He might know already though. See, my
Yeah, he
son,
probably does, yeah.
yeah, he knows all of the stuff. Yeah, he's on it.
You know. So tell me about you using TikTok Live.
God, man.
TikTok. What's the point of that?
God, now like I use TikTok because it feels like more personal. So I do a lives because I like to talk to folks just like you. You know what I mean? So I like to engage and learn about different cultures and how people live on the other side of the world. You know what I mean? Because you don't get that experience. You only learn from what you see on TV. That's the only like Fiji. This is all it looks like. It looks like it's only desert here and this and that. And then you find out from people that actually live like, oh no, it rains and it snows out here. Lady told me even today, she said in Kenya it snows. In a part of Kenya they have snow. I was like, I would have never known that. Hell, I didn't even know it rained like that in Kenya. She's like, yeah, it rains all the time. I thought it was just nothing but desert land. So you don't know. You don't know.
So have you got any benefit out of it for your business?
I don't know. Yeah, man. People following us and things like that. And I think that, I discuss my business a lot and then what we do because people ask and all that. So I think it's helping you get exposure in that aspect and then also learning more intimate details about the person that's running the store. You know what I mean? You learn a little bit more about like their views and like the decide if you like them too. You know what I mean?
So this person in Kenya, they said, "Hey, I want you to notarize something for me. Could you do it?"
Unless only if they had to do if the business that they were needing notarizing was for the United States.
Okay. So you can't notarize like other countries.
No. You can't in the United States.
Okay.
But online you cannot do it.
Okay.
Yeah. Like if they were here in America and they need to have something notarized, you can do that in person, but online you can't.
Okay. All right. So the notary is still like the stamp, right? You think that ever be replaced, like some kind of digital scan or something?
You already have a digital when you're doing it online because there's a digital.
That's true. Okay,
digital stamp on that. I just think that if they, you're always going to have the in-person things because the remote notarization does take a little bit more aspect, a little bit, just a tiny bit. Like you got to have audio, video capabilities. Not everybody's phone is that and not everybody's that savvy to upload the documents, take pictures and things like that. We can make a system that was really easy that my father could do it without thinking about it. I think that then that would be good. There's my experience. I would have one. I would have one that could definitely do it.
Okay. So with your business, how did you get started?
Shit, man. I started because my friend Carson, he was telling me about it. Like, I'm gonna start a notary business. I was like, shit, I wanted to start one before that, but I started researching more about it and found out that, hey, to be a good notary, you got to have a whole, you got to have a brand behind it and all that. And if you really want to make money, you got to be a signing agent. That's what I became, a signing agent. And a signing agent got me to open the brick and mortar store. And from the brick and mortar, this is where I'm at now. So yeah.
And so with your business model, is a plan like what you're doing, the Notary Public, the shipping stuff? Is it like have like brick and mortar, like lack of a better term, like distressed economic neighborhoods?
Yeah, man, it definitely was because I think that you can hire people from the community. That's that will help. There's a lot of for me when people come into my business, there's a lot of people that don't deal with services that get treated like there's underserved people for Hispanics. There's underserved for Asian. There are underserved for Black people. There's a lot of underserved people that don't know what they're not able to get a notarization as quick as there is because they don't know that we can have a Spanish speaking notary talk to you and things like that. Or we can have a Chinese or Japanese or just to be able to discuss the documents with you. And I think that's what we change. And like I don't know, man, shit.
So how do you deal with this, right? So, suppose someone wants to get a notary product from you, right? And they're like, suppose there's an elderly Hispanic female, what case, they don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And you say the price of this, you're like, what in the world? You're ripping me off. This is a scam. There's no way this is money. All you do doing a stamp. How's a stamp cost some money? Like, how do you
don't have to use this. Like you
take time to educate him and try to, you just okay.
We're not here to fight you over price or anything like that. We're just here to give you a good service. So basically,
so if this is too much for you, then here's some.
No, we wouldn't tell you that. It's just like it's no problem at all. We'll tell you everything what we do. We tell before we even do a stamp or anything like that, so you can decide if you want to use it. It's no problem. Like we're not in here trying to twist your arm. We just know that we know we're the best at what we do. Like we've been taught how to do things. We follow what the rules are, and then from that point, like if you want to use it, you can. If not, hey, it's no problem. We can tell you go to UPS or like we don't really know any other notaries like that you can go walk right into.
And so I'm guessing each document, like if it's like a will or legal trust or something else, each document is a different price.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm guessing the more complicated, the more.
It's just we charge differently. We charge like for that particular document and then the notary stamp for that document. And then if you have another one, that's another notary. So you charge for that. So
this is kind of a joke. We have like an ASO surcharge.
Because if you're not fair to everybody, and then think maybe there's a mistake here and there, but for the most part, you try to give everybody the same rate and things like that, and the right price. We don't try to overgouge anybody and things like that. Like we always tell people up in advance what your price is going to cost before we do any notarization, and that's in store or mobile.
So, like for a good month for you, how many notaries would you do in a month? Like a good month?
I don't know, 200.
Okay.
Yeah, 250. It could be a lot more. I wish, but from that point, we got about I don't know between 5 to 10 people coming a day.
Okay.
For notaries.
Oh shit.
And sometimes like today was slow, but you know what I mean. On average, it's about that much.
And you're open like 8 to 5, Monday through Saturday.
8 to 7, Monday through Friday, then Saturday from 10 to 3.
And it's just you and your dad in there?
It used to be more, but like it usually on Saturdays. It used to be my family be there. My mother will be there. She'll teach the basic life support class. Then my father's there, and then me. I'm always there. You know what I mean?
Man, this is like you're hiring. That's like the perfect job for part-time college student.
Yeah, it could be. It could be just right, especially when we bring the new service in. Man, I think I definitely think it will.
Yeah. So your social media, so you said someone in Europe does it for you?
I'm sorry?
So your social media, someone else does it for you?
Well, just for the Facebook and Instagram.
Okay. And what do they do for you? Just post stuff?
They make the post and things like that. Okay. And just keep it consistent, because if you're not consistent with it, you don't get enough. You don't get people looking at it enough. And then it's still hard because you got to do engagement and all these systems. It's like they fight against each other. You're not dealing with me. We're not going to post your stuff. So, it's much more engagement.
What gets me, like you have all these like experts, right? Like you'd be like Instagram, LinkedIn expert. Like we'll say I'm an Instagram expert, do this, but you don't work for Instagram.
Yeah.
Like you don't work on LinkedIn, like for the longest time, people would say if you do a post on LinkedIn, they would put like any links, like my videos, I do like a clip from a podcast, right? And I do a clip for whoever go to YouTube, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people LinkedIn would say, hey, don't do that, right? But I was part of a thing called LinkedIn Creators, right?
Yeah.
And they told us, actually, people who charge the LinkedIn say, no, put as many links you want to.
Yeah.
Because it's part of the community service, right? But people not on LinkedIn said, don't do it, right?
No, yeah, man. I think I don't do it like that, man. I do everything as a flow. For me, I post, I would listen to, what's his name? Gary V.
Yeah.
And he would talk about, just post the information, stop doing it, stop thinking about it, just post. Yeah. And so now, I don't really worry about it. Like when I post, whatever.
Like I don't have time to research the best time to post it. So best story that this is a good story. So you remember this guy named on TikTok and social media, his thing's called Dogface 420. A few years ago. So the story with him is a Mexican guy, Hispanic guy out of Idaho, had a job as a mechanic. And and his truck broke down, right? And he's like, man, and like he would post stuff on TikTok all the time. And see, he did a video. When I tell the story, you're gonna know what it is. So he had a long skateboard. He was skateboarding,
Yeah.
drinking cranberry juice, and lip syncing to Fleetwood Mac, right?
Yes.
And he told a story, right? Like, of course, like millions of views, that kind of stuff. He told a story like where like he wasn't gonna post it, right? Because he thought it was fucking trash, crap. He was in a bad attitude, lost his truck, whatever, almost lost a job. And he happened to see a video about Gary B. And always said, whatever you want to post it. Just post it. He posted and like fucking like talk about a life changer, right?
Yeah.
Like,
man, it's tough, man. I used to listen to Gary V heavy. Just now it's just different because I haven't had time to really
yeah, plus he just pretty much says the same thing over and over again, you know.
Yeah, I've seen it so many times. I've seen that.
I'm a believer, like, you know, post. I believe that post 86 things of content per day. You know, like all this stuff. You know?
Yeah, it's difficult. I think it's difficult only when you have to like do stuff like editing and things like that. That's where I want to hire somebody out. Like I could edit, but I'm not a great editor like that. You know, especially when it comes to video. But yeah, man, just post the content. Just post the content. That's all I think. Just post the content. Why not?
Yeah, I know some people say don't post too much because you overwhelm people. Like lady, or you know, like person, you know, like do you see the LinkedIn feed? Like, if you only post one thing a day, no one's gonna see it, right? Even if you post 10 things a day, no one's gonna see it, right?
You got to constantly be getting attention.
Just post stuff, right?
And I think on TikTok I do a little different. Like I do series, so I'll do a whole bunch of one series that looks all the same. Like I do a lot of don't quit because I'm not going, you know, because I'm not.
Yeah,
you gonna quit. So I do a lot of those, and I do like in series, and then I'll do a whole bunch of one particular content. Like I'll do like 60, and then I'll stop, and then I'll do something different. So when people do come to my site, they don't get the same content all the time. You're going to see something different that I'm doing, not the whole same thing. You get enough of content of that particular series, but then after that, then you know you don't see it much. It's just different. Like that's how I like it. I like to show you variety when you're on my social media.
Yeah. So your two big ones are Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, I got some like a few 100,000 views on YouTube on a couple of different videos and things like that. Those are mostly for my commercials. Hell, I used to do commercials on Hulu, Instagram, Facebook, Google. Shit, my budget when I was first started was like 24 grand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. A lot of money to do that, but you know.
So how do you think you're going to be able to grow your business?
Shit, these services, man. I think I'm in a great location. I think that the short term is that really is under my skin.
And there's free parking around your building too, right? You got to pay for that.
Yeah, the street parking is free. It's just parking in that parking lot. If I owned it, it'd be different. But if you don't, then you're
gonna. So I was supposed to pay to park there.
Yeah, but you know, if you know, he just came too. He just left before he came. He was there. They're on like hotcakes. But it's just because a lot of people come from the restaurant and go over there. But you know, if they pay for it, you know, cool. It is what it is. Because there's all kind of street parking there. You can go right in the neighborhood and park. So you know, you can find a place to park if you need. You know, what is it, like $2 or $3 or something like that for like 2 hours, 3 hours?
That's pretty decent.
Yeah,
compared to Seattle anyway.
Oh, Seattle gonna bop you up, trying to take some shit down.
And how long have you been in that building?
Man, since the month before COVID.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect time.
Lord, perfect time. You know, man, it was so hard for me to make that jump. You know, I was making good money. I didn't need to change. And I was like, I gotta grow. And my barber was like, man, sometimes you gotta take that leap and grow.
Yeah.
I was like, shit, the opportunity's just right. And,
yeah.
And then I didn't know what I was gonna put in there. I didn't have the CPR. That's when I thought about side. And I was like, I figured it out. And then I found out like my mom and my sister got laid off. Mom was worried my dad is about to get laid off. He actually did get laid off. He's like, so I was like, man, come work for me. And then from that point, you know, I just built a system that I help support them. And then sometimes, you know, they're not able to do the capabilities, like in the sense of like, not everybody knows how to grow the business. Like you assume as the owner, like everybody's going to be wanting to do it just like you want to do it. They're going to have the same passion. They're going to have the same enthusiasm about growing the business as you do, and they don't. And when you realize that, sometimes it could be too late.
That's a great point. So what's something on your bucket list that you haven't done yet?
Shit, man, travel to like, I want to try to get to all the continents, man. I really do.
I don't know about Antarctica though.
You know what? All the secret shit they talking about, I just want to see, just a little bit. I want to guarantee that I'll survive. And then I wouldn't mind going by myself. I wouldn't take my kids. Well, maybe you never know. But just to experience that and see what because they say all this. They got some wall down there. They got aliens there. Who knows?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Shit. Who knows? Let's do it.
So is there anything else that I asked you that I didn't, or anything else you want to talk about?
You ask me all the good questions, man. I always, I never know what else to ask. I just like to just let it flow. Let it flow. You know what I mean? That's it. I'm not going to piss like a Russian racehorse.
Okay, so we wrap it up. Can you give us your social media so people reach out to you?
Yes. Poppin Notary on TikTok, Poppin Notary on Instagram, Poppin Notary LLC on Facebook. And then on YouTube, it Poppin Notary. That's all of it.
And for your TikTok live, you go live the same time every day, or just random?
Live Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m.
They're there for 2 hours.
Yeah, for about 2 hours, and then I'm off. Sometimes sometimes I can't always do it, but you see the whole interaction. You see me talking to
so you just be there like talking to people, whatever.
People on doing work. I'm always working, so I'm doing the work that I need to be done.
And so like you're on your TikTok live. You're not like there's no customers. There's no.
Sometimes the customers come in.
Suppose you're not talking like those in there. Are you just like on your computer? Hey, and like you have like 20 people on. You say, hey, I'm doing this now. I'm doing that.
No, I talk about I'm working on the website. And then I'll interview somebody. I'll go here, let me battle with somebody. Because when you hit the battle, then they throw you in the mix with different people.
What does that mean to battle someone?
So basically, when you're battling somebody, you're supposed to they're doing entertaining the folks that look at, because you get on the For You page, and so they'll show all the people that are live right now, and then people jump in your lobby, and then when you're battling, it's like how much points or money you can get. Like, hey, donate. People are giving you gifts and things like that. That's what they call it, gifts. But you get paid for those gifts. So like if you got if you're on live, you can get people gift you enough, you can make some money. So most of the time I just get on there because right now I just get on there and talk and interview because I never know who I run into. Like I said, I'm speaking to people that are from different countries, and sometimes I sit down with people that got these big giant followings, and I don't even know.
So when I went to Vietnam, the last day I got a tattoo on my calf, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we decided to do like a TikTok live, right?
Yeah.
We were like maybe 35,000 people looking at it, right? It's fucking insane. Like people were like, oh man, how badass is this old ass dude's gonna have a tattoo in Vietnam, right? And like it was fucking insane. Like 35,000 people, like I'm thinking to myself, man, these 35,000 people, they had no fucking life at all, right?
No, because people are looking at you throughout their day and all that good stuff. And they enjoy your content. 35,000 just to see. Man, that's
tattoo, right? It's fucking insane.
Shit, you can drink liquor on there all day, and people are like, "Oh my god," or fucking eat food. I've seen people eating Popeyes and getting views. Like, just
insane.
You can find your niche.
Hey, Shonta, thanks for your time today. Really appreciate it.
I appreciate you. I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
And to our listeners, thank you for your time as well. Remember to be great every day.
Thank you.